One, get their multi-stream checks out. I forgot to start the multi-stream because we were kind of tussling with some technical issues, but now that those are resolved, now that we are set, I remembered after 5 minutes of content as opposed to, you know, like 2 hours of it, so I've done worse. Alright. Maybe the only reason she's going in the world is because she's locked up, maybe?
I appreciate the mental exercise. We are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Oh, so we're under the gun, under a time limit, maybe. Speedrun categories. I mean, I don't think this is going to be like I don't anticipate this game to be excessively horny. So I don't think there'd be anything too outlandish, probably.
Let me assure you,
unless there's like a modding community for this game.
Because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Also, like I said, I would definitely recommend minimal backseating if possible. Unless there's something where it's like, Alex, trust me on this, you need to know about blank. Like, if there's something where it's really like, I'm losing my fucking mind, you can tell me. I don't want to stress you out. The other thing, though, is that for those of us that don't know this game, I'm down for suggestions. You know, right now, I'm
arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Like, I'm trying to, like, learn about the world. I'm trying to be like, yo, why do I have to kill this lady? I'm trying to learn.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
But if you have suggestions, it's like, you know what, Alex, let's go for this angle. Like, I don't know if I want to go through every possible explore option. And obviously, eventually we'll have some kind of, like, commit to the next step option. Maybe I'm okay with the world ending. Do I get a reward? I think out of all these, the only one I really want to hear about is this one.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
That is I mean, I'll just say this. There are still monarchies out there, and there are people out there that would take a lot of issue with that take, but I mean, you know, Elgas, you know where I'm going for. It's like, I don't want to, like, say I'm just down for killing people, but I mean, you know, if I have to choose, give me a gun, you say you have to pick one person, and those are the two options. I mean, yeah. Yes, I don't know if I want to go for all of these necessarily. Yeah. Although I kind of want to hear the guy's response to this.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but...
Am I very, very evil?
One of those, right?
I'm more of a, like, Diet Coke evil. I'm, like, evil when it's funny. When I think it's funny, at least. We'll go for this one.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens, but a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Now remember, Ninja Wolf said, they warned us at a time, they said, Alex, don't trust anybody. That might even include the narrator. It might even include Ninja Wolf. It might even include myself. Who knows?
Then each and every one of us is doomed.
So yeah, we just committed to the option that said, look, let me talk to her.
Go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
And then we'll go from there. And then we shall go from there.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Yeah, Farsight, the resident Englishman in the chat, says, Alex, here's what I think. It does include me. Fair, Elgaso, fair.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses,
oh, that's the hero.
Not slay them.
Yeah. What would Mario do?
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
So the hero is a separate character alongside the narrator, who is me, I guess. Zoom in into that
The interior
animated
of
GIF,
the cabin
please.
is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
It is.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Do we take the blade with us? I think we should. I think we should at least take the blade with us.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without
Let's keep our options open. I am at heart a man of peace. I'm at heart a man of non-violence. But I mean, hey, if that is an option we need to consider, the least I can do. Also, I like how the hand has changed from the hand of a pointing a fingy to a hand with a knife. Also, the hand, I didn't really make mention of it, but the hand looked like kind of non-standard, if that makes sense. The hand looked almost like a monster hand, kind of, sort of. Like some kind of like, so one of those kinds of deals. So, I don't know. It's not like super obvious right now. It looks pretty normal, but like earlier I was like, that hand's a little bit scrungy.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Is there horny in this game, Meerkat? I don't think there's much. I think there might be some like implications with some text and whatnot, but I don't think it's a horny game. I don't think. But again, I'm going in very blind, so... And you know what? I think one of the tags on Steam did say dating simulator, but it was like the 7th tag in the list. So, and it... You know how it is, right? Like, that might be like a tongue-in-cheek thing. There might be some parody going on. I don't know.
Voice carries up the stairs.
I have no idea what to expect.
Who's there?
I have no idea what I'm getting myself into, man.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
I'm almost afraid.
Let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Pigeon dating simulator? You're of course referring to Hatoful Boyfriend, right? Remember that Humble Bundle? Like 5 or 6 years ago, there was a Humble Bundle where you could get a physical anime like waifu body pillow of the pigeon from Hatoful Boyfriend. I think I'm here to kill you, question mark? How should we open? Should we go just, hi, how's it going? Should we do just checking in? Or should we be like, hey, the guy told me to kill you? I feel like I should go for this one because I am as like incredulous as, and presuming she probably is too. So if I just enter with like, yo, I'm showing my full hand. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Honesty might just be the best. Like you know, the truth can set us free, right? Honesty might just be the best approach here.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, and I'm gonna say this once. Never mind. I'm probably gonna say it multiple times. I'm secretly wishing that the voice actress was the same voice actress that did the pissing by yourself handsome Rouge the Bat stuff, where she was like, "You frying chicken in there, boy? Ha! You pissed loud as fuck." I think that's real cool. There's like a timbre to her voice that I think would be very fun right here.
You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
And the narrator leaves and shuts the door behind him. There she is.
Down the stairs.
Oh no, he's still here.
Eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Only one chain though. Why not the other one? I wonder.
Focus on the task at hand.
Narrator's like, horny bat. So bad. You stop it right there, mister.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Say, just give, if we could like crowdfund the Rouge the Bat meme voice actress to do all the lines, it would make me very happy. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat.
You make a compelling offer, voice of the hero.
Dare.
Narrator.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
You're not wrong, voice of the hero. Butcher Pete. I feel like I've heard of that before. A song, that is. Drop it for now.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Is she gonna, like, rip the chain off, strangle it with us, and then we'll die with the rock hardiest boner we've ever had in our life?
Thank
Maybe.
you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. We'll be fine.
Oops, I clicked unarmed. I clicked before he could say the word unarmed fully. Yeah, there's the hand though. What's with the fingy? You see that shit? Look at the hand. The hand's got like the big fingy. Yeah, here, I'll hold it over her forehead. You can like see it better. What's going on with the fingy hand? You see that? It's got the big fingies. There's something weird about that. Like, what are we? We're apparently a hero, but are we like a werewolf or some shit?
Don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Hey, listen, lady, don't get ahead of yourself here. Awfully presumptuous of you. A lot of ways we could kind of start this conversation. And the first one is like, yo, lady, are you coming on to me? What's going on here? I think I'm like most interested about, yeah, I want to like learn about this kind of situation. Like, what's this whole thing about you in the world? People out there who think you're going to end the world, what do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
I mean, is she gonna deny it?
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
There's a little bit of menace going on
I don't
here.
remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
You deflect. I was hoping you'd tell me. I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that secret. I was hoping you would tell me. I want to learn more.
The world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
I guess fair.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Okay.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
I would get seduced and murdered in that order. As opposed to getting murdered and then seduced.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
Or at least I would attempt diplomacy. It probably wouldn't go well. Also, killing each other, like, how would you kill me, lady? You don't have any weapons, presumably.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything. all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Okay, so that's probably as far as that conversation thread can go for now. I'll ask about how long she's been here.
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out.
Some specifics would be nice. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
So that's as oh my god, yeah, there you go, Meerkat. So, as far as like general information gathering, I don't know if either of these. I maybe this one would be something, but I think the narrator would admonish us. And like this is like a can of worms I don't think is worth opening right now. So that's as far as that goes, I think. So I'll say, all right, I guess that's enough talking for now. Unless she's like, wait, I've got more information for you.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I wonder how long this game is. I have no idea what to expect here. So, alright, so we can try to break her out, kill her, or try to talk more. Although, I think this is only for if there was other, like, conversation topics we wanted to revisit. So, if I click
Seems like a
that...
pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help.
There is some menace here that gives me pause.
And if you don't,
Oh, shit.
I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
Ooh.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all
So
our
she's
sakes
not
it's
like
the right one.
not necessarily the damsel in distress. So we have a choice. Do we just lock her in here and play the waiting game? You know, just kick the can down the road and try to bust her out and assume that there's like something lurking underneath this innocent demeanor, or do we experience, do we exercise the namesake of the game? I don't know, man. I don't know if we can. I don't know that like menacing energy she kind of hit us with. I'm over here like, that's a little scary. I don't trust like that, bro. I don't trust like that. Do we subject to her side and just kind of go along with whatever happens, or do we put an end to this madness? I'm down for suggestions, but I'm leaning towards that that kind of implied threat is time for murder. We got Oni in the house. What's up, Oni? I don't know if you've heard of this game, Oni, but apparently this game is fucking wild. So we've reached kind of our first major fork in the road, and it's a pretty big one. But yeah, she had some kind of implied threats there. What's up, Goody Tama? Good to see over on YouTube. Good to see you, bud. Yeah. Yeah, she's being kind of... That's kind of how I feel. She's being a little sus. Good fucking comment, Meerkat. And also thank you to Agasa for fucking pinning that shit. All right.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand.
Oh, shit.
You've already lost the battle.
She's fucking combat ready, bro.
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
She was already ready.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few
Yeah, we're a
times.
monster fella.
The pointed
Look at
tip
us.
of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay.
I thought that explains why the thingy looks so weird.
As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity.
Goody Tom over on YouTube's like, God damn, shit's getting wild. Unexpected.
You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
I wonder if it would have been much different if we would have just gone right for it. And just gone for the kill. Like if she would have been that off guard. 'Cause she's clearly like very combat ready. This like she ain't no like dainty princess who's never seen action. She's ready to roll at a moment's notice. Meerkat, are you still down for attempting to rearrange someone's insides after seeing her combat effectiveness, or does that just make it more enticing?
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken.
Oni says
I'd be
would.
lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She might rearrange my insides. A worthy challenge.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs.
This is the end, isn't it?
I'm afraid it is.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yay, the good ending, right? That was the good ending? There's more, though. Okay, chapter 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So I guess this is attempt numero dos.
Here to slay her. If you don't,
There's more.
it will be the end of the world.
I think we died, but I think they sent another person who I guess is a werewolf monster thing. He has terrible sense of deja vu.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
What does it matter what he knows?
There's nothing we
Key
can
with a capital H.
She's just going to kill us again.
That capital H is very ominous.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Yes, he is. Key, capital H is.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment...
Everybody's
this is
sus.
the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die. What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now?
Yeah, parallel worlds, maybe?
She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything?
If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
A recursive loop? There's definitely some kind of looping for sure. Not sure about recursive, but there's
consequences.
definitely a loop of
Princess
some
killed us, and
variety.
Now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Some Groundhog Day shit, yeah.
Purely hypothetical
Yeah, absolutely.
scenario. That begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Good question. Are there different aspects about this
If
world?
it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
I probably shit my pants.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after?
Emptied my
Or do you
bowels.
think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains, and let her do whatever she wants.
Delicious crumble bone soups is good in Tama.
Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
Can we talk more about the princess?
Quick about it.
I'm gonna make sure she doesn't kill me this time. All she did was beat me to death. Yeah, this is the one that I think is the most interesting to me. Yeah, she was strong enough to easily beat me to death.
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Fair point. If I'm already dead, then they're my corpse's
Pledge
bowels.
ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
I didn't even notice this. Voice of the broken,
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
as opposed to voice of the hero. So we have different voices now.
Pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
That's the hero. So we have multiple voices. The hero from the first loop.
You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
How can I make sure she doesn't kill me again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk
The
to
narrator
her, don't trust her.
purports to have
Just
no
go,
knowledge
Do your job and save the world.
of the previous loop. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate and otherwise
Overcomplicated for me, bro.
and make your job more difficult. The less you know about her, the better. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods.
I don't know if I'm a people.
Don't overcomplicate things.
Like, what am I exactly? Why couldn't they slay her?
I'm not
Here we go.
supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Oh.
The only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are.
Good and Thomas says maybe different minds intertwingling into the same body, perhaps.
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special.
Aw.
Why else would you be here?
My mom always said I was special.
Who cares if you think we're special? As far as I can tell, the only thing special about us is that we get to experience painfully dying all over again.
Yay! That's the spirit.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated
I sure hope so, Oni.
to save it from ruin.
Yeah, fond memories of childhood. What if we just fucking leave now? Let's see it through. Let's see it through. Get to the cabin.
A warning before you go
Oh.
any further.
Yes, narrator, please.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Little tap sack, Meerkat. Little love tap.
Lying? Cheating? Why would she even bother? She didn't need to do anything like that last time.
Yo, what's up, Neo? I am. This is my first time playing it, and I have
Caught us off guard
no
last
fucking
time.
clue
We'll be
what I'm
fine.
getting myself into.
Let's just keep our wits about us.
If you've played it, you probably know what has happened and where we're at right
At
now.
least one of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him and not that whiner.
Okay, so this time we're going all business.
I don't have a say here.
We're going all business. We're just gonna go for the kill, right?
The interior of the cabin
Oh.
is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest.
Unexpected.
The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
So sure enough, there are some differences in this world
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to
compared
do
to the
this
first
right.
time around.
Why do we feel so small?
Oh no, is this gonna be a Dami Mommy situation?
We don't feel small. We are small.
And the mirror, yeah.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
And the narrator, I guess, is making no mention or no acknowledgement of the second voice that we have, of the second hero who has previously been broken.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Bro, what am I looking at?
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Who cares if there's a mirror?
And Voice of the Broken is just being a little mopey bitch.
And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders of what we are. It would only make things worse.
I'm with Meerkat. Someone is in need of a
For the last time,
Just,
you're
of a
going to die unless
pep
you
talk
get
and or
open.
sack tap.
And luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage any time in the near future. Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal. Probably. Do you not know what we look like?
He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us.
I care about whether I'm being lied to. There is definitely a mirror. want to see how handsome I am.
As do I. And yeah, there is.
It's right there. I'm seeing it, bro.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of
I
doing
gotta make
what
sure my
needs
hair
to be
looks
done.
good before I kill the princess. Excuse me, slay the princess. Just approach the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin
Now
wall.
we're focusing more on
I
this.
hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
So, it's kind of like a scaly thing. Yeah, I was thinking, okay, we're not a werewolf, but there's like some kind of like monstery hand thing going on there.
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
So, it was some kind of illusion then. Very interesting. I'll still take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess
But that
saved
was
the world without a weapon.
Odd. But it has thrown my expectations.
The door to the
through a
basement
whirlwind.
cracks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below.
Smell of incest
Moment.
drifts up from below.
Almost
I sure hope
feels
not.
ease.
Huh. This is actually.
That would be a very good one too, Goody Tama. Yeah, what if she remembers us?
Still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Oh shit.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
I can't help but imagine Voice of the Broken just slowly turning into Smeagol / Gollum. We need to get down there. She wants to see her. We need to see her.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to.
I'm just like imagining looking over, and we are like the sad version was super normal like 5 minutes ago, and now he's naked and gray and bald and just goblining out a little bit. Yeah, and now you want to go down there.
No matter what that little voice says, he's not the one making the decisions. Though if his
The little
rattlings
voice.
get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Continue downwards then.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
Alright, I got bad news for people who have like a weakness for like giantess fetishes. I think she might be huge.
The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
Again, just one wrist. Again, just one wrist.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You've brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity.
Everyone's getting real excited.
Drop it.
What do you guys think? Do we listen to the Dami Mommy or do we tighten our grip and continue our resolve? So she remembers us, and she not only remembers us, but remembers overpowering us seemingly very easily.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp.
Oh, actually, no, I meant to tighten.
Sleep to the floor.
Whoops. Oh, well.
But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter.
I was gonna say, yeah, I thought I tried to...
going to let that happen to us. I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade.
What?
Of course we dropped
What?
it.
What?
She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
What's up, Arklizar? Yeah, there are some thinly veiled fetishes at play
I
here.
understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Apologies if anybody's experiencing a deeply hidden, either like sexual reawakening or a newly discovered sexual awakening. If you need to excuse yourself from the stream, I won't take it personally. It's fine.
Kneel.
Or if you need to like, I don't know, you know, like if you need to like, mute the stream, like go and like take a, like, you know, get some fresh air, like go like get like a Gatorade, maybe smoke a cigarette, you know, whatever you need to do. I won't take it personally. Ricket's like, I need to write this down. What do you think? Should we be defiant? I say we be defiant.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle.
Oh shit.
Your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me.
What's up, Dolph?
The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations.
See how like her eyes are now sunken in, like there's some her tiara or her crown has now like becoming more like thorn-like. Shit's getting weird, man. Shit's getting like weird and fucky wucky.
It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Dolph says, Alex, I see you've turned to the dark side.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson.
That's right, Arklizar. Yeah, just before she squeezes the life out of us, she's like, but wait, to really experience what I'm trying to give you, you need to give me your mom's credit card and don't forget the 3 wacky digits on the back.
You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done.
Shayna's here. Hello, Shayna
The
Cat.
stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
Alright, so we have some choices to make. Maybe diplomacy. Maybe diplomacy can work here. Maybe we can tell her like, yo, maybe we can like convince her to be nice. Yeah, let's try diplomacy.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
I was hoping there'd be more diplomacy options. Yeah, also, yeah, what happened after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps. Or a pet.
Okay, well that's definitely a key word for those who are having a very good time with this concept we're in right now. Say, what do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
Arklizar says privilege checked. Why can't you break the chains yourself?
Don't be rude. Of course she can.
Yeah, but why hasn't she? What's stopping her?
It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
I know.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do.
Okay, I say bet. I say, yo, chick, do it then. Fucking do it. Break the chains. I want to watch. Is that so wrong? Is it so wrong to want to watch? I like to watch, okay? Is that so wrong? Maybe I enjoy sitting in the chair in the corner and watching and doing things to myself. I mean, who cares if I'm wearing a top hat and a monocle while I masturbate? I mean, details, all right? Details. Anyway, moving on.
Bountiful God, unbounded of her own will, is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was.
I'm trying to, like, download this information. I'm trying to, like, make sense of it. And of like, what she's getting at.
The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for
You gotta pay. That's right, Dolph. Yeah, we were saying that's where you gotta whip out the mom's credit card. Yeah, she wants a sub to free. Yeah, she needs Chatterbait tokens to be freed. Goody Thomas says, "Girly, we want a girl boss to slay them chains, and if you can do it, go for it." So much cat hair. So much cat hair. Holy shit. Cat says I'm fucking locked in, bro.
The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn.
Yo, when's she gonna hit us with that Patreon link?
Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
All right. So, unexpectedly, we have a choice to make. What do you guys think? We are tiny, and she is like levitating with power. Do you think our dinky little blade even stands a chance? Like, is it even worth trying at this point, or should we just accept that we're powerless against her and try to work with her? We all know how it's gonna go if we go for this one. We all know it's gonna happen. Make her word for it. Submissive bot. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it's going. I think the stage is set because we showed our hand at the start. We said like, oh yeah, apparently I'm supposed to kill you because the narrator said you're an evil force to be reckoned with, and she became an evil force to be reckoned with. I think we are locked in. I like El Gaso's approach. He says, make her work for it. Extremely powerful Dami mommies love it when you play hard to get.
I say, perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Uh-oh.
Do
What have we done?
It's what she wants.
No objections here.
Narrator, really?
I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade.
Oh, the blade is the... Okay, I was like, what needle? Right, that's what it is to her.
As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Look at that. They're like the grayed out options. Like, we want to ask or like talk about this. You're not kidding about the divine hands. What's going on here? Yeah, all we can say is pick up the blade.
Reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad.
Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably gonna stand anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna kneel forever. Stop making me do things.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
Gudetama over here fan theorizing. Yo, what if she crushes us next? What do you think, Gudetama? You talking like watermelon in the thighs? Just head explosion?
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
I'd rather not.
What? You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
You know, Gracie and I have been watching a lot of Archer, and the whole thing with Carol is her name? Yeah, Carol's character is that she kind of wants to be. She's like, yeah, it's so erotic. The idea of somebody murdering you, it's just so romantic. And then everyone's like, Carol, that's really fucked up. And she's like, well, I'm really getting excited. Could somebody choke me a little bit? The only option is to end this.
Oh, we'll end this all right.
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Narrator's like, wait, I realize. All right, which do we go for? Can we actually overpower her? Can we do it? Or should we end ourselves? It would probably be less painful than having her beat us to death. I feel defiance. I feel defiance in my soul right now. She's made us kneel. She's made us feel small. She's belittled us. She wants us to off ourselves. I mean, if we're gonna get got, I don't want to go out like a punk ass bitch. I want to go out again, getting my fucking cranium crushed between the thighs of a giantess Dami Mommy.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
I won't do it.
I'm sorry.
Don't. As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility. Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
She looks indifferent.
Now,
Oh, look at that.
do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Look at the cursor. It's got the blood on the
Those
knife.
are just words. You don't have to listen to her.
It's what she wants.
You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen.
Eric Lazar says, tell me more about your fresh orifice.
I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor
Ugh,
to join
gross.
the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
Gross.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
What's up, Anthony? Appreciate you popping in. Anthony's like, yo, what's happening here? I wish I had answers. Let's try to get her ass. I'm still hoping we can fuck her up.
You can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody and
I'm thinking, can we break through and get to her?
Continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade
We're getting a little closer.
and muscle to the open air of the basement. You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand. My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once.
Squelching is unfortunate.
Continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
But we didn't have free will, bro!
Making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing
Self-stab simulator. I'm feeling very stimulated right now. Oh, she commanded us to stop.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat. The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Hold on, I'm almost finished.
Your devotion is misplaced.
Hands above the table! Hands above the table!
Surrendered to
Table check.
delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before.
That was the word I used. Defiant.
Perhaps,
She
if
smiles.
you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death.
That's a little demeaning, isn't it?
I mean, I think our guy is into it at this point.
Yes, how thoughtful of her.
It's a mercy. Take it.
I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this.
Accurate.
At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
Alright. So there's no resist option. I mean, there is implied to be one, but it's not available. We can just go for it, or we can say, end this shit, and keep with the defiant notion. I mean, the reality is, we probably know what's gonna happen here. If we go for this option. And I do not know what's gonna happen with this one. But at the same time, there is like some ominous power here that is to be feared. Meerkat says, go for it.
No.
Yes, though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to
Do
her
we actually get to act here?
The wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and
The
severing
Achilles?
tendons in an act of unyielding
Achilles heel?
defiance. She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees.
If she bleeds, she could be killed.
Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her
It's still a
chest.
teensy little dinky blade. Is it enough?
As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her.
Uh-oh. She's into it. Uh-oh. Not good.
We can do this, can't we? You always could. The decision to give you this
New
task
orifice
was
unlocked.
right.
Finally! That's
You're
the
here
fourth
for a
hole.
reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
Shut up.
Shut up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You heathen!
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet.
I don't know if that was like a double click or what, because I definitely only clicked once, or maybe that was meant to get cut off.
There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine breaks, numbness and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest.
Not terribly surprising, all things considered.
She is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact.
Not terribly surprising.
You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
Yeah, pancake ending.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty. Aside from the pain, I feel fine.
Yeah, voice of the hero is feeling great.
She collapses to the
An
floor.
achievement.
Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear as the two of you perish together.
Is she shrinking down to normal size?
I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we?
Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world.
What's up, Simon?
It's worth something.
Over on YouTube, Simon says, what the hell is happening here? So we're playing Slay the Princess, and I think we just got one of the endings.
Regardless of how you feel
Maybe.
about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Or there's more.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that?
The world is quite different now. Mimikat's like, I'm fucking turning blue over here, bro.
Upset.
Do we have a third voice, by the way? The broken and the hero.
What's he got to be upset about?
Stubborn.
He just killed a god.
There we go. So we got 3 voices now.
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was and ever will be.
On the volume down, music volume just a smidge.
You're damn right we did. And you'll get over it. Can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us and you almost got us killed.
Now, voice of the hero has knowledge of this, which is surprising. I thought voice of the hero would be like, well, no, I guess that's the thing. Yeah, because voice of the hero had knowledge the first time, like in round 2. So it's not so much that voice of the hero is like a fresh face, but yeah, we get these like alternate personalities based on the previous happenings. We're descending into madness, says Delphgrim.
You're being too generous. He did get us killed. Alright.
We're still going, I think. I think we're still going.
Thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions.
I did get an achievement called God Killer.
Okay, great. You're listening.
So there is that.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a... If this is just...
Oh shit. I think I can go up. Actually, yeah. Here, like, yeah. What was it? I wasn't sure it was gonna interrupt itself for me. That's the thing. Like, I thought it was gonna pause, like it usually does. Also, yeah, there was that point earlier when it seemed like there was something that the game that they interrupted for us. Right before she fucking smacked the shit out of us. Yeah, you heathen, you worm, defiler, don't know the consequences of your arrogance. So that's what she had said when there was like, oh, that's exactly what it was. Because I clicked to skip past the skipping, but it auto skips on its own, right? So it does that. It does that whenever there's like a pause that gets interrupted. It self-interrupts. Okay, so that explains that then. So if your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her, and it's hardly a path in the woods at this point, isn't it? So yes, clearly you've already been here.
Yeah, you think?
It's the 3rd chapter.
I don't think we have been here.
I mean, maybe not this exact
This
here.
is all different, isn't it?
Yes, precisely. And if you'd given me 2 seconds to finish my thought, I would have said that. Oh, you're actually letting me talk now. Great. If you've already been here, it means you've seen things you aren't supposed to have seen, and you know things that you aren't supposed to know. This doesn't look like a path in the woods if reality seems distorted. It's because reality is distorted.
Okay.
So you knew this could happen. You knew we'd be able to restart like this. Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
Pulled 100 different directions. Well, I mean, realistically speaking, what could we have done differently in that previous playthrough? We went for like trying to get her ass, and we were defiant to the end, and we did get her ass. I don't know if we could have done it more cleanly, all things considered. But again, it seems like there was kind of a path, at least very heavily implied, that we were going to be going down based on the results of that first that first time through. So yeah, all listed right. So we better be decisive with our actions. What if I just stay here? Or yeah, what if I don't slay her? What if we just stay here? And this is just it. We're just gonna be chilling here. Or do we just turn around and leave? I'll ask you about this one.
Happens. Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens.
Yeah, but is there something after the end?
Yeah, because I thought that was the
How
end.
am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there. If there even is a there. It doesn't matter because we're going to win.
I like your attitude,
That's
stubborn.
exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't flirt with oblivion. Just focus on the present and everything will be absolute.
Our end is death. Well, that's the thing. We've already died twice. Death was not the end, unfortunately.
So what if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really gotten a say in things.
What a crock of shit.
You stabbed us last time, repeatedly.
It's true. I was there.
It didn't even work. It doesn't count.
We died. If you didn't submit to her, for all we know, that wouldn't have happened.
It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening to me. To her.
Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think we have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change. Second he tries something, I'll put a stop to it.
What if we just leave? I think leaving at this point, I mean, it would be something. I don't know. I'm just curious to see what things look like now. How fucked up and weird things are.
Good.
'Cause you know
we're
things are
all on
fucked.
the same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll
Like
find
hands.
the princess within,
Claws.
as I'm sure you already know. End her.
That's it? No final words of advice?
Is the hill... Hold on. Is it a brain? And these are veins? Or is it like hair coming down, like kind of going down, like flowing down a scalp? It's definitely not... I don't know. There's something going on here. I can't quite piece it together. These look very bonular, but more less like hands and more like spider webs.
I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
If there's still a princess at the cabin, then maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel and apologize, things can go back to how they were before.
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder.
How fucking weird will the princess be this time around?
Whining.
Earlier she was like a god, and now she has died. Will she be like a zombie?
The interior
Oh
of the
my
cabin is
God.
a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight.
So I think I got my answer about what we were seeing on the outside. It's definitely like flesh and brain and goop and veins.
But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it.
Mm-hmm.
A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat.
Wet clumps of living meat. Man, I didn't think I could possibly be more erect.
You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Yeah, for some reason I'm reminded of Bloodborne. Also, he says the only future furniture of note. You want to talk about the window or the mirror, huh? Not going to talk about it?
Blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
It's that mirror again.
A mirror? There is no mirror. We've done this already. Try to keep up. The repetition is maddening.
I think it might be good, Atama. That might be the implication, that this is like her corpse now.
I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. Or you're seeing things. That seems far more likely.
So the narrator might not remember, or might not be aware at least, that there was a mirror instance last time. Because there's the implication that the narrator doesn't know what happened last time exactly.
What are you trying to say exactly?
He thinks we've lost it, that we're succumbing to madness, that something in us has broken.
That's an unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe a hallucination, but sure. I'm not going to waste time arguing with any of you. It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just do it again.
I will still take the blade though. Or, I mean, last time, well, no, I was gonna say, no, we had to use the blade last time to like strike a wound, so I'll still take the blade.
You take the blade from the pedestal. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a
I
weapon.
think we've already slayed her.
Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel.
But I do want to approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? How strange. It really is just like last time. Are we really
The
hallucinating?
mirror really doesn't have anything for us.
Why now?
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her.
Don't you want to know what we'll see in there? We won't be able to see anything if we smash it. Nah, I'm with him on this one. Smash it! Let's get violent already!
Can we like see its reflection? Can I look in the mirror?
The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time.
He is, and I can't necessarily say I blame him. Wipe the mirror clean.
Reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open.
I am curious what happens if you break it, though.
The stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead.
Oh. It's the noise the door made, probably.
Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness.
So what's the princess gonna be like this time?
The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. The high vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic.
Dangerous combination.
The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence. The metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I think they're reusing that voice clip for all three of the scenarios we've seen so far.
Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
Some Diablo shit right here.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart?
No, it was not.
Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat.
She's so angry with us. Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good. She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination, and we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is now is our fault. If she's an abomination, then what does that make us?
Meerkat says it's on, bitch.
Gonna end the world last time. If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here, and it's why your task is so important.
We continue.
You make your way to the bottom of the
Here we go. Last time she was a Dami Mommy. This time,
The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone.
turn that down a little bit.
The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
Still that one wrist strapped to the wall.
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh.
Oh man. Oh man, Woo coming in hot. Woo, we're getting fucking weird tonight, Woo. Woo is probably thinking to himself, all right, we're gonna raid Alex. We're gonna raid Super Hobbit. He's probably playing a really chill game. He always plays such cozy, warm, chill little home like cozy and chill and nice and easy games. He never plays that weird shit. He never plays that weird fucked up shit. This is some of that weird fucked up shit. And you've heard about it, so you know. Well, maybe you don't know, but maybe you're like me. You just had like very surface level knowledge. I have gone in on this game with extremely surface level knowledge, and I did not know what I'm getting myself into, and I still really don't know what I have gotten myself into. Well, we're having a good time. Thank you, Wu, for that raid. And was that a Kubos? A Kubos cube as I live and breathe. Kubo says, excuse me, Alex, I can see her shins. I can see her shins. NSFW, 18 plus. 18 plus tag. You're right. How like scandalous. Exposed shins in the year of our Lord 2024. This harlot better put on some clothes, am I right? No, I'm just fucking around. No, this game is mostly non-horny. Mostly. But yeah, there was some like Dommy mommy vibes going on earlier. And how do I describe what has happened without spoiling anything? I'll just say things have gotten a little out of hand. Things have gotten a little out of hand tonight in this game that I've been playing for about an hour. A little bit less than an hour. But thank you, Kubos Cube, with that resub. 49 months was that resub, Kubos. Kubos, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you very much. Kubos also streams, of course. I know you said, Kubos, you had some technical stuff you're trying to work on to get the streams back up and running. Woo, thank you for that raid. I knew you were doing some Phasmo. Do you have any clips you want to share? Could have been from a recent-ish stream. I think you probably know my usual spiel, but I appreciate the raid. If there was anything I can do in return to showcase something cool you've done, I would love it if there was something you would like to share with us. If there was like a clip or like a, I don't know, TikTok video, YouTube short, anything at all, I would love it. But there was a lot of death with tonight's Phasmo. Yeah. But also, yeah, we are very much in spoiler territory just in general. And you were cream pieing some peaches. Okay, if you were discussing cream pieing inside of some peaches, then you have come, phrasing, to the right place. You've come to the right place because we enjoy these kinds of things here. This game does look fascinating, yes. Lost it. Right, yeah, that was exactly a Kubos. I know you said you're trying to rebuild because it was a whole ordeal that took place back then. But thank you again for that resub, Kubos. You're a fucking homie, and appreciate the hell out of you. And we would thank you again for that raid and us with your friends and viewers. Even though we're playing a very spoilerific thing right now, I'm gonna mute the game so we can watch Woo's clip. By the way, I'm very excited.
Put them together right.
You know what's really good is graham crackers and milk. Like if you did it like a bowl of cereal. That's a bad habit that my dad showed me when I was a kid.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, I was waiting for like the reaction. The reaction was the facial expression. So to be clear, the name of the clip is this cheesecake? Because was it sour cream? It was sour cream and Oreo. Yeah, it doesn't have the label out, but it's sour cream right there.
You know what's really good is graham crackers and milk. Like if you did it like a bowl
Graham
of
crackers and
cereal.
milk? It's an old school, reliable combination.
That's a bad
Now, the
habit
reaction
that
is not
my
discussed.
dad showed me when I was a kid.
From Mr. Wu here. It's not one of disgust, it's one of maybe mild befuddlement. He's contemplating it. And so he's not like, ew, gross. Yeah, so it was pretty chill, right? It was pretty chill. Yeah. Yeah, no reaction. Or at least not like an overly exaggerated one, at least. Oh, the game crashed. What? The game crashed. Oh, the game crashes when you alt-tab. Well, damn. That's a bit unfortunate. I'm pretty sure it does autosave. I'm just gonna relaunch. I'm pretty sure it autosaves. And let's be real, this is a like very choose-your-own-adventure kind of text-based game. So even if it didn't save our progress, it'd be really easy to get back to where we came from. So I think it'll let us continue. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it autosaves. Did we save? I don't think there was an option to save. But I'm gonna guess that it was probably fine. Now, one thing that is odd It did say this is a love story. One thing that is odd is that it did reset our preferences. All of our preferences. I'll leave that pretty high, I think. And then, oh, the other thing is, boop, full screen. So load game. Wow, that's genuinely surprising that there was no autosaves. I guess you have to do manual saves. Interesting. Woo says, "I've saved you from yourself, Alex." Yeah, we're talking about just weird food combinations. PB and mayo sandwich. I'm gonna hit you with some I'm not gonna say hard facts, but a personal opinion. And then I'm not a big mayonnaise fan. Not a big mayo fan in general. So yeah, I do love peanut butter though. Maybe my love of peanut butter would cancel out my distaste for mayonnaise. Yeah, Princess slayed the game, which would be very appropriate given the context we were in. I'm gonna get caught up. We're gonna kind of speed run through the choices so that we do all the same things we did earlier. If nothing else, that might be a nice opportunity for those who weren't here earlier to see exactly how we got there. But we're gonna go fast. We're gonna go fast through the choices that got us there. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. But first, I need to pee because I've been drinking a lot of water. So this is a good opportunity for a quick little BRB. Give me like 2 minutes. I'm gonna refill my water, use the restroom. I'm not gonna pee into my water bottle. Probably. I'm not gonna do that again. I've learned my lesson. Hold on. You know what? I'm just gonna do this because something happened just now. Oh my god, I really can't. Okay, this is unfortunate. So I can't alt-tab the game ever. That's good to know because the game does crash when you alt-tab. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use the restroom, but I'm not gonna put up the BRB screen. Something happened as I left the game like idle for a moment. That's kind of a weird. What an odd thing. What an odd thing for a game that came out. I think it came out last year, so a fairly new game to not be able to handle like alt tabbing at all. Maybe I should just do windowed mode. I don't know. It's very odd. But yeah, I think the idea here is we're gonna have to. Yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah, we're gonna. Oh wait. Oh, autosave. Oh my god, there's autosaves. Okay, I was gonna say like what? There was no. All right, now I feel a little bit better. But what I am still gonna do is I'm gonna leave this idle for a moment so you can see what I saw. So yeah, there we go. So give me a few minutes. Give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Refill my water, use the restroom, and then we will indeed be able to pick up where we left off. That's a relief. Be right back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. My bladder is refreshed. My resolve is renewed. And like I said, how reassuring it is that there are indeed autosaves, because I was really nervous for a second there that we had fucked it. Trying to make sure I'm not rolling over my work laptop's power cable with my desk chair. So load game. Let's reload from here. Right. So this is when we first beheld her presence.
Make your way to the bottom
Here we go.
of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood.
And it's still pretty loud. Right, so we've heard this one before.
Princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
She's got like horns protruding from her temples.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
Also, like she has like hooved feet with like the like a bone stiletto, like a boned high heel protruding.
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the
Oh boy.
tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings.
Degloved is the word for that. She degloved her skin.
She is loose, and she is coming for you.
Which is kind of what we knew would eventually happen, probably.
Her ending. It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen.
Screw that. We can win. We've done it before and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
She does have an exposed weak spot right there. So, do we try to talk? We don't have to do this? Can we say, I'm so sorry, I'm going to end you? So, yeah, like there's a lot of approaches here. Or let her end you. I'm gonna try diplomacy. It has yet to work, but maybe this time will be different.
You're right. We don't. But I want to. So badly.
She
Why
bounds
is she so mad at us?
her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction.
Why does she have to make it so personal? What did we do? All we did was kind of kill her, but I mean, also it was kind of in self-defense.
With a horrifying squelch,
Oh,
you are unwound.
I was hoping there'd be like, other options for
I
things.
hope you weren't planning on dying. We're going to make this last forever. Huh. I feel cold. I've never felt cold before.
That's unexpected. That was very unexpected. What the fuck was that? Something has taken her away and it's left something else in her place.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't even know how we go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. The narrator is gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended?
The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
Figures the world would end and leave us with all this.
Do we at least get another cool voice? I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
Dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
I think we have a choice, bro.
Through the mirror, we just need to find the princess.
I don't want to look at us.
Let's try this option. I don't suspect they'll say much more than what we already expect them to say.
She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
It's like it's mocking us.
I feel anxious. Does anyone else feel anxious? I'm begging you, don't do this.
Approach the mirror. The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
We approach fearlessly. Still gives no reflection, but maybe. And we finally see what's in this reflection. We get an achievement called The Body. It's you. What are we? Place is empty and quiet. There's apparently, but I guess there's a cabin. You are at the cabin. And there she is, with the hands that stole her away.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
So, the fuck is this then? Are we gonna get some info? Fragile vessel. A lot of questions we could ask, or we could attack the entity or destroy my body. I'll just say, what are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me.
You're not so different than you're not so different from what am I trying to say? You and I aren't so different, Mr. Bond.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The hands propping her up and the hands trying to keep her bones and internal organs together. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
I have more questions than I have answers, lady. Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
What about worlds beyond the pale? Actually, well, yeah, that one.
I know only that they are.
Okay, yeah, these parallel worlds we have found ourselves in. What is this gift of the fragile vessel you meant?
Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own.
It's all very nebulous and...
This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. But there is passion and empathy in her misery. She will make for a burning heart.
Not a ton of info given here. It's all very vague.
Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
But I guess the princess has been slain, I guess? Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her. You speak in circles.
Were you always the princess?
Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Well, what happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
So we might ultimately just have a choice of, do we attack this entity, or do we destroy our own body?
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
So maybe the implication there is, if we can get more endings, we will know the full story. Actually, it looks like... Okay, never mind. I guess those were options earlier. Now, there's different options.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
This biblically accurate demon lady with all of the hands surrounding her and caressing her.
Everything. Until we meet again.
How many more pieces do I need to find? Maybe she'll just tell me.
More than you have found. but less than there are to find.
Thanks, lady.
I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop the world from being destroyed.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic.
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Maybe more will be revealed, but for now, like, it's like, you kind of lost me, lady. Like, this is all very, nebulous and very uncommittal. But anyway, I suppose this is like resetting back to the beginning and we can make different choices.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
That's simple enough then. Got an achievement called An Unwound Vessel. Bring the Fury to
You're
her.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
We got another achievement that says, the real Slay the Princess begins now. And then the text of the achievement said, you'll know it when you see it. So,
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end.
there's apparently going to be something very obvious. You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab, which is nice. So, we'll look for like new things, but there's like obvious different choices we can make. I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution! Do I get some kind of reward for doing this?
You'll have to slay her before you get it.
Can I know what the reward is? Can someone else do this?
Fortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Can we say, fuck it, I'm not doing it?
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Yeah, at least tell me what the prize is.
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Awfully compelling offer you've got there. Can I just... Alright, what happens if I just leave?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
No, I don't. I definitely know where I'm going. The ultimate... That's right, yeah. Now, let's do this. Let's at least see the princess. Let's at least like kind of see what things are going to entail. Realistically speaking, the options are going to confidently try to kill her, or like try to kill her and then submit to her. Or we could submit right from the get-go and try to help her. Those are probably going to be the most interesting options. These will, like, just leaving will probably like be a boring and non-committal ending. So I want to prioritize the more interesting things.
I guess we will. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
So I can't skip that.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to say... Ignore
So
him.
the voice of the hero, of course, like earlier.
The
This is the
interior of
starting
the cabin is almost entirely...
Cabin area. Got the
Blade
pristine
is your
blade.
implement.
So I'll take the blade. What if we go in without the blade? What if we never pick up the blade from the get-go? Because maybe we could try that. Maybe we could try the approach. Hey, what's up, Cersei? What's up, bud? Thank you very much for that raid. Appreciate you a whole bunch. It's very nice. You were playing a strange game. This is kind of a visual novel. Kinda. It's kind of a choose-your-own-adventure story. One of the tags on Steam said it was a dating sim, it's a very generous and open-ended definition of the word dating sim, if I would call it that. So it's like, I mean, it depends. I mean, there were moments where a lot of people in the chat were feeling things based on things being told to us. There might have been some sexual awakenings or some new fetishes discovered earlier, from a giant princess crushing everyone's thighs. Maybe, I don't know. It was a little bit weird, but yes, we were informed to slay the princess. The whatever is going to happen here implies that if we don't kill the princess, the world will end, and that's all we know at the start. We've gone through a full loop. We've gone for a full loop, and apparently things are gonna get different now. So, I'm wondering now, before we go down, should we leave the weapon? Should we leave the dagger, the blade? And maybe should we just go for trying to help her? I'm tempted to just leave the basement or enter the basement without the weapon. But thank you again, Cersei, for that raid. Very generous of you. We are playing, yeah, like I said, it's a game called Slay the Princess. It's very strange, but I'm excited. I'm excited for what the hell this could possibly entail. Also, Loopy Walrus is correct. We are doing some fundraising for Extra Life. Cersei, of course, is a fellow Extra Life fundraiser. In fact, we got to hang out with Cersei back in, I guess it was, what was it, it was last year, I guess, around this time, I think, last year. Oh no, it was earlier this year. It was earlier this year, I think. We got to hang out with the kind of end of last year celebration, beginning of this year. A bunch of us in the St. Louis area got to hang out, which was nice. And yeah, got to hang out with Cersei. Super cool person. Got to meet a bunch of other Extra Life individuals. It was a good time. And you're correct. Yeah, we're getting close to we're pretty darn close to the silver medal, which is nice. Of course, you know, the big like fundraising stuff hasn't happened yet, because for a lot of us, the big fundraising stuff happens in November. But yeah, we've been kind of working towards a steady but slow but steady fundraising progress towards our goal. It's a pretty lofty goal, obviously, and I'm not expecting to reach it necessarily, but you know, gotta aim for the stars, right? Gotta aim the bar nice and high, which is tough because I'm a short dude, as Cersei can attest to. I'm a short guy. Us hobbits, we don't do very well with high bars, but we'll try our best. I am indeed going to enter the basement without picking up the sword this time, because we've seen some of what has happened when we're trying to do things with the blade when things happen, when certain things happen. What if we just go without the blade entirely? What if we enter the basement without the weapon? And
the door to the basement creaks open.
What if we try to just straight up help the girl from the get-go?
Illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This
that's the
is
kind of
an
approach I'm thinking. If I
place.
lean towards trying to help
The
her,
air feels heavy and damp.
because at the beginning you were given the option of slay her or help her,
If the princess really
but the options were
slaying her
like
is
try to
probably
talk to her
doing
and then slay her. Maybe if you just go right for the kill, maybe you catch her off guard, maybe you can best her, I don't know.
Her
Or
voice softly carries up the stairs.
let's try to help her.
Hello? Is someone there?
Now she sounds more scared this time. Last time it was more like kind of bored, but like fierce. And maybe not fierce, but like there was like kind of independent, kind of like ho-hum, but with an air of menace.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
So the voice is different right from the start, which is quite shocking. By the way, Cersei, whenever somebody raids, I always like to ask if there's any clips to share. I'll warn you that this game is weird in that it crashes when you alt tab, but the good news is there are autosaves, so we wouldn't lose anything, obviously. But yeah, so so far I haven't like switched windows or anything. But if you had any clips you wanted to share, because you've done me a solid by rating me, the least I can do is offer to show if there's any fun moments you have to share. We can all watch it together. That way, you know, you share your homies with me, I get to share my homies with you. Get that cross-pollination, everybody wins.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
So if there's something you want to share, I would love to see it, but no pressure. Obviously, don't want to put you on the spot. So I'd say so last time this was the option we chose. We said, I think I'm here to slay you, ? Because we didn't really know what was going down here. We could say we're here to save you. We could claim we're here to save you. We'll just go generic.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
She sounds scared and fragile. She was not scared and fragile last time. She was pretty confident
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes.
when we met her for the first time.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Like, she wasn't, like, defiant, but she was like, oh, yeah, come on down. It's fine. You know, like, whatever. I don't care. Like, what are you here for? Like, she was very, like, proper. But there was an air of, like, there was a vibe about her. There was, like, this menacing undercurrent that revealed that there was something about her that was not to be trusted. This is quite different.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
She looks the same.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What have you been eating or drinking? Yeah. No, I'm not going to tell her that one because I think that was like a key, like showing our full hand was a key decider in the last thread that we followed the last time around. We can go back upstairs and get the blade, of course. So we're not locked here necessarily. Let's just ask for her name.
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call
So
me
the same answer.
Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Or a similar answer, but delivered differently.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
So Princess is your name? It'd be cool if we could get, like, information about her.
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Almost like a desperation in her voice that time.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Is she telling the truth, or is she withholding information?
Okay, that's weird.
That is weird.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully, you're starting to see that she can't be trusted.
Narrator's trying to encourage us and nudge us.
Slay her before it's too late.
What have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
I mean, how have you been surviving?
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
So no other information, and I was hoping like we'd get something. Hope we get something. What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding.
Yeah, what would she
She
do?
doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life.
She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
A pretty similar answer to the first time. Again, delivered differently.
It's not like you'd believe me.
But the message is similar.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
What is the reason?
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
So, as kind of expected, we have the choice boils down to the same. We either go for the kill, or we try to set her free and try to work with her. she's not a good liar in this one. Well, in the last one, she wasn't really a good liar either. In the first time we met her, the first time around. Although she wasn't really lying, she was just like she was kind of defiantly withholding information. She was like, doesn't matter what I say, but like very bold, and also there was that like, let me free or else kind of vibe going on there. She was lying by omission and also like being very confident. This time there's like maybe a bit of defiance and a little bit of confidence, but it's much more of a fragile confidence. If we go to kill her now, I suspect the outcome will be the same. Probably. We're still trying to overpower us because we've like tried to well, except we haven't revealed what we know yet. Or we haven't revealed what we've been told, at least. Because of this one. About like you're supposed to end the world. So if we try to kill her now, the outcome might be the same, but what happens next might be different. I'm curious about trying to help her in this one. She was saying parts truths, yeah. Is it possible that she really doesn't remember a name and doesn't know what she would do when she leaves and doesn't know why she's been locked up? We have two different flavors of trying to free her. Of like being sympathetic or one of being like hesitant. So or we could just say like if we went for the kill option, I don't think I wouldn't reveal why we're trying to kill her. I would go back upstairs and retrieve the blade without saying another word. I'm weighing my options here. But if I want, and that's the thing too. If we're trying to see like what's different about this world, I was expecting it to be kind of a copy paste of the first situation, the first time we met her. But the fact there's already differences gives me pause. So I say, I'm leaning more towards going back for the blade. Because Meerkat's right, like there's still something that just doesn't add up. The fact that she's like withholding information, seemingly, but it's much less menacing this time. The first time there was like, she was like, if you don't let me out, you're going to regret it. Like you will rue the day. The fact that there's not a threat being delivered or even implied is what is giving me pause. So, man. Yeah, I'm between this one, going for the blade, or reluctantly going to help her, and not like confidently going to help necessarily. I'm down for suggestions, but I'm thinking maybe reluctantly helping. She hasn't given us a reason to be like, yo, there's like something threatening about her. There's something she's not telling us, but is it threatening? Is it violent in nature? I'm thinking this one. And I see no attempts to parlay, no attempts to like, wait, Alex, you fool.
You're only making this more difficult.
That's what I was curious about too, Meerkat. I was curious.
And you won't. I promise.
Now, that being said, Cersei does indeed have a clip for us. I'm going to mute the game really quick. We can watch Cersei's clip together. Because Cersei was very generous in rating us. Really appreciate you, friend. Let's see what she's been up to on this, with her recent streamy shenanigans. Also, I clicked your channel instead of the clip by accident.
Am I up? Oh my gosh, what is Coco doing?
Oh, is this the kid? Is this when you were playing this game blindfolded and your cat jumped on you? Kitty cat.
Save what?
Untitled Goose Game. This kitty cat.
I'm trying to play with my dice.
And of course, cat shoves her butt in your face.
Help!
Are you really a...
Okay.
Are you really a cat owner
Oh my gosh, you're sitting on the mouse now.
if you haven't had a cat butthole in your face constantly?
Oh, this is chaos.
and cats just causing nonsense.
Okay. Am I moving?
Appropriate because you're playing Untitled Goose Game, a game where you are the one causing chaos, and yet, yeah, there's something over here. I think it's another cat, maybe. Also, I love your goose cosplay, by the way. You got the bill, the goose bill.
No, she's trying to play with my dice.
Trying to play with it. You said dice.
Help.
I'm putting it over here.
And yeah, then of course cat breaks free.
Help.
I put it behind the marshmallow box because we
Okay.
can't see it.
And then you said the cat was on your mouse.
Oh my gosh, you're sitting on the mouse now.
Yeah.
I can't play at all. Hey, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, this is chaos.
Yeah, that's the cat owner energy right there. The cat owner experience. Why are you sticking your butt in my face? Oh, why are you sitting on that now? Oh my god, you're knocking everything over. What the hell? Like that is absolutely how it goes. Absolutely how it goes. So yeah, that is the cat experience summed up in a 40-second clip. I've some kind of beard hair in my mouth. A little bit weird again how the game. Hold on, wait for it to get captured. There we go. The game closes whenever we all tab, and also all the preferences reset, which is a little bit odd. The voice volume fairly high, and also full screen. Bam. But again, we can load save because there are autosaves. Interesting how the autosave was just before we made this decision, but we're gonna stick with it.
You're only making this more difficult.
I'm gonna stick with this one. And also because you were blindfolded, so it was like doubly tricky for you, doubly silly.
And you won't. I promise.
She promises. We can trust her, right? We can definitely trust her, of course. We won't regret this, I'm sure.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing.
But thank you for that raid, Cersei, and also thank you for sharing that clip. That was a fun one. Yeah, the extra life dice. I've got some extra life dice around here. I don't know if they're the same ones. I don't have the D20, but I do have the D6s. She's got the giant anime eyes. She does.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
There's a key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
That would be very convenient. Do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
That would be... I mean, I guess if that's what it comes down to, but that seems...
suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
Yeah, that is like weirdly a normal thing to just suggest.
Down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could.
Speaking of cats causing chaos, look at that. So Shayna likes to jump up here pretty often when I stream anyway, so it's only a matter of time before she decided to re-emerge since she was here earlier.
You attempt to make your way
go.
out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
Of course
You
it
hear the
does.
click of a lock sliding.
And someone has kept us down here.
Someone else here. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Of course.
I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try
the door,
but it's locked from the outside.
Of course. Well,
you make
that
your
didn't
way
really
to
work.
the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
This is awkward, lady. I have no way to cut you out even if we could.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah, who's they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
There sure is.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
You know the meme where the guy is doing this with his eyes? He's going like oh, one of those. That's how I feel right now.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
There's nothing like complicated about this. It is a simple choice. Do we use the blade to get her out, or do we kill her? I mean, the like efficiency with which she was severing the hand is impressive. And she is wounded now. The first time around, in our first loop of this game, minor spoilers here, I suppose. Minor spoilers. But I'll wave my hands when I'm done talking spoilers if you want to mute the channel, if you want to mute the stream right now. But the first time around, we went for the kill after talking, but not without hesitation. Like, we revealed our full hand. We said, a person has told us we have to kill you, or else you are going to end the world. She kind of scoffed at the notion, saying like, why would I want to end the world? That's fucked up. And then she was like, free me, or else. And that ominous energy gave me the confidence to say, oh yeah, there's something evil fucking around here. We're gonna kill her. And when we tried to kill her, we went for the move. She adeptly dodged and beat us to death with no hesitation and no issues. So, and again, she was not wounded then. She's wounded now. But I suspect if we were to try to kill her, it would probably go the same. I think she would probably overpower us. Probably. She did parry us like a casual in our first Dark Souls PvP experience. Do we have the confidence we'll be able to kill her this time? Because there's definitely something up. There's some fuckery going on here. Or do we do a complete left turn and try to help her? That is the question we're faced with here. My gut tells me if we try to kill her, we're gonna be in the exact same situation as last time. And she's gonna overpower us because there's something about her that means that she is like very physically capable, more than a dainty helpless princess would want us to think. Or more than you would think a dainty helpless princess would be. So I'm even though I definitely don't trust her, just for the sake of seeing a different result, I'm tempted to try to save her. And see how that goes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Cersei is right. There's something fucked up going on here. Cersei says to save. I'm down for other suggestions or other options. Yeah, to save, if nothing else, to save yourself. Because yeah, I think she would overpower it. Your kid says, let's see how it goes.
Fine.
And the narrator goes along with it.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted
the blood-stained
wound on
mouth.
Princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Ugh. There's gonna be some sound effects probably as a heads up.
Cut into her flesh.
And again, reminder, we are not a person. We don't know what we are, but we are, like, look at the hands. There's something up with us.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack.
She's so nonchalant about it.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow.
And now we've done and done it.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours. Blood from her wounded arm.
Do you want to, like,
rhythmically to the ground?
You want to, like, I don't know, bind that or something, or put a band-aid on it, something?
She's still smiling after everything. It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
What about the locked door?
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. I can't just let her escape into the world.
What was that whole free will thing you were talking about earlier, narrator?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises.
Oh, we're being railroaded. You're one of those DMs, huh, narrator?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Do we try to warn her? Do we try to warn? Do we try to warn her? That is the key, I think. And also, will she overpower us? Because there might be like a vulnerability here. You want to warn her? Let's do it.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
But did we do it?
But the princess dodges, stumbling
Of course she did.
against the wall before the blade has a chance to
There
connect.
you go. Yo, what's up, Crescent? Good to see you, bud. How many routes? This is my second attempt right now. The first one was that I showed my full hand. And I said, when I entered, I was like, yo, there was like a... I'm apparently supposed to kill you? What the fuck's up with that, right, bro? Like, trying to level with her. And then I tried to kill her. She overpowered us and beat us to death with no hesitation. And then we stayed defiant all the way through. And she became a biblically accurate hand demon that stole her away and reset the world. And now, instead of being, like, confident and bold and slightly menacing, she's kind of innocent, but also, like, weirdly feral. And, like, very okay about like, ripping her own flesh off and me severing her arm. So there's still, like, something otherworldly. The tower, you're correct. We got the tower. Crescent Feather knows what goes down here.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
And now we're fighting against the narrator right now. Oh boy. Do we try to resist? Or do we just go for it? Do we try to resist? I'm curious to see where this thread leads us. Crescent Feather says, I know all things. Yeah, you figured it out. I'm definitely a new player here. I'm tempted to resist and see how far this rabbit hole goes.
Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes...
I'm with you, Dolph. Yo, the narrator can fucking eat a dick as far as I'm concerned, because he has not been helpful. In fact, he has very much, like, caused issues in the past. But he's the only voice of somewhat reason that we have. Because she definitely wasn't to be trusted earlier, but maybe she is now. We know it's different. That achievement said, like, hey man, the real game starts now. Things will be different, and you'll know it when you see it.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hand.
Now that's a development.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Oh shit.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony.
Not where I expected that to go.
Not dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
The hero and us, the player.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Which is actually kind of refreshing, as opposed to being a combat master that we saw last time.
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
She seems genuinely remorseful.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
She seems genuinely remorseful.
It can't just end like this, right?
I would say so, Crescent Feather. Yeah, I would say that's kind of the vibe that they're hitting us with.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
The achievement at the end of the first run said that we got to witness her fury. Maybe the overarching emotion this time is going to be like sorrow or regret.
Everything
Maybe there's like a
goes dark.
theme going on here.
Die.
So on to the damsel. Interesting title, given that we were just saying how
You're on a
the
path.
first time around she was not very damsel-like.
At the
She was
end of
pretty
that
confident.
path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Whereas right from the get-go, she was a lot more fragile and dainty, but not so fragile to hesitate with ripping her own arm off, or attempting to rip her own arm off, and also be weirdly okay with us sawing her arm free.
You're here to slay her.
So, getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
Terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't.
They do, Crescent
This is
Feather.
the
It's
first
almost
time
like they
you've
tell
ever
you in the
seen
beginning that every little decision point
Doesn't remember what
can
happened,
at least have some
maybe
kind of
it's best to
influence.
keep it that way.
And again, capital H with the he.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
And now we're
If we're
smitten.
going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Not broken, but smitten.
Oh, beloved.
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love.
Oh boy, here we
The four
go.
of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
When the one bro in the squad gets a girlfriend suddenly, come on, man, again with this, holy shit. Smitty, when you say Smitty, it makes me think of the Jackbox guy.
See about that.
I'm
Whatever you
Smitty,
do, just
let's
be
get
sure
to it.
Ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
I know, what a fucking chump, right? What a sissy.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth.
Oh my god, bro, you're bringing the whole squad down, bro. What the hell? Pretty sure this whole thing has already happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
All right, so this I think is the same. Yeah, we've seen that dialogue
Well,
before.
not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her.
Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
Because yeah, the narrator forced us to try to attack her, of course.
I beg to differ.
Also, I think I might have inadvertently skipped over one thing that the Smitten were gonna say. Yeah, you were the one who did us in, villain. Yeah, that was the one thing he said differently. I'm assuming you died because you didn't listen to me, right? Yeah, which we've seen
I'm not going
before.
to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to.
Yeah,
ignore
it's
your
either
statements.
it's either like my precious boy can only be protected, no harm shall come to him, or bro, shut up! Oh my
I
fucking
believe Your
god!
second question was, what's the point?
Yes, we've already heard
Do you
that
mean
line
of
before.
course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Thank you again, Cersei, for that raid. Very generous of you
Yes,
to pop
but in
in
this
and raid
purely
us.
hypothetical
Super kind of you.
scenario,
It is getting
that
kind of late.
begs the
Yeah,
question
I'm
of
probably gonna be
how
going for another hour. I think at the rate we're going.
Time simply rewind itself? If
So we've
it's
heard
the
that
latter,
line before.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Dastardly scheme.
Convoluted. I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
How long is it gonna go before Smitty turns around and says, narrator is jealous of what I and our beloved has, and he's trying to get in the way of our love? He's gonna turn it into like a jealousy thing. Try to find us a way to save her from the cabin. Let's talk about the princess. Let's talk about the princess. Is there anything new? Because the reason I was even able to for her to kill me rather is because I let her. She could barely hold a knife.
She just can.
Just
Believe
trust me,
I
bro.
wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world.
Ever the poet.
It's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
Who's the imposter, Dolph? Hit the button. Emergency meeting.
People locked her in that basement, and I
What aren't you telling me?
everything you need to know. Going, not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
Alright.
Now,
So do we try? Yeah. Should we try to save her now? Let's just say nothing and proceed to the cabin.
a warning before you go.
So it gives us the same warning as he did last time, probably. Right,
We
that's the
already
same.
told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we
So what's she gonna be like this time? The second time through, well, the second round of the first time through, I guess, was after experiencing her wrath when she beat us to death extremely deftly. This time, she, like, wept as she stabbed us to death repeatedly.
Been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own
So,
voice.
I wonder what state she's gonna be in this time. She's probably not gonna be a Dami Mami goddess.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Fucking guy.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Listen, bro, I'm an emotional guy, all right? I get it. I'm a sissy. I'm a big softy. I understand the feels, bro. I'm one to encourage dudes, absolutely dudes, to, like, you know, feel feelings and to express them. But, like, bro, there's a time and a place.
Don't pay their bickering any mind.
There's a time and a place for these
Focus on
things.
the task ahead.
We got a mission. Or at least we have something to figure out, a mystery to detangle.
The interior of the cabin is
It is different once again.
elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
And no mention of the mirror.
The blade is your implement.
We've heard that line before. Whole cabin is different
Is
again.
it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous...
Right, so that's a line we've heard
focus
before.
up.
I approach the mirror.
You
Oh,
take
whoops.
the blade from the table.
I mean, well, that
It will
too.
be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Or so, you know what? Let's pause. I think there's a way to actually go back. I guess I could load the autosave, yeah. Do I want to take the blade this time? Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll it back. Was it mouse wheel? Yeah, I'll just reload the save. Boop. Yes. So I think I would like to not take the blade this time. Should I not bother with the mirror? It's probably gonna be the same reaction. Let's try it though.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
We've heard that line before. Wipe it clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I
Of
hope
course,
you
we
know
see
how
our hand
ridiculous you
again.
look right now.
Looking very unhuman-like.
But there was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
I'm tempted to not take the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open.
We entered here unarmed last time. We'll enter unarmed again.
Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
And that line once again. Yeah, It's something that I'm hoping we'll get some
A
more
soft voice carries up the
some more
stairs.
intel about it. But yeah, that's something that was like, it's something that like, with the cursor already gives away there's something weird.
Hello? Is someone there?
Is she like a teensy tiny little fairy this time?
It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Oh my god, bro. Bro, calm down. Stop texting your GF.
Hold my tongue till now.
Squad up, man.
Taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
The voice of reason.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the
Well, she's
princess.
definitely not the giant
There's a
Dami
heavy
mommy she
chain
was
around
last
her
time.
wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
Foul
Can't
imprisonment.
hear you, right?
She may
Voice of
not
the
be
reasonable,
able to
exactly.
hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
He's not wrong.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you
So
wouldn't.
she remembers us.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
You're right. We do have a window, Dolph. Good catch. Interesting thing to consider,
She
too.
called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Even voice of reason is getting all
Waiting for you to
stuffy
come
or all fluttery about it.
Believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us.
The narrator seems to truly not have knowledge of the previous instance. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't.
Well, she killed us.
He's not wrong. She did technically kill us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
What's up, Contemplar? It's a pretty nice basement. Yeah, for a nondescript cabin from the outset. Yes. Lots still to be determined here.
You've died before.
A lot of mysteries.
So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
Preston says, more will be revealed soon, my
Now,
friends.
Hold on, if she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract
I mean,
you.
he
Just
has kind of
do
lost it.
Your job.
You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. I have to cut you out again. Couple of options here. Did you end the world after you killed me? I'm still... Yeah, because that was like a big aspect of the first go-around, was when we mentioned that she had the power to end the world. That empowered her somehow. But again, she started that round, the very first time around, as already being like confident and pretty seemingly capable of something. Sorry about what happened. The narrator sent me down here. All right, there's a number of options here, and I'm curious about a lot of them. Let's just go for the more direct approach first.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
No?
Did we?
No.
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body.
Oh my
That's
god.
practically telling
Bro,
her to kill us.
Smitty, you're
She
killing me.
is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
It's Voice of the Broken, but with just different and very flowery
She made
language.
the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
I would like information, lady. Yeah, but yeah, did the world end? Did you end the world? Now, what do I open up? What can of worms do I open up by showing that card in my deck? Or this card, for that matter, too. Noting that there was another force that was compelling us or even forcing us. It was extremely unfair. And also note that there's no option to attempt to go back up the stairs to retrieve the knife. The only, like, actionable option is to try to rescue the princess, which is kind of surprising. Did the world end? Did you end the world? Or do I? Yeah, I feel like I should say one of these things. We'll go ahead and make mention of the narrator.
Another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent.
It is unsettling. Am I asking people that know? Nah, probably not. I'm more just kind of
perfect.
wondering out loud.
Do you think she has
Everyone's
someone
being
like that
sus.
telling her what to do?
Now, I appreciate your consideration, Crescent. I appreciate your consideration, because you probably know how it is, you know, when someone's playing something like this for the first time.
She doesn't.
Like, it's best to let them kind of
like me.
figure things out, kind of feel their way around a situation like this.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
So she remembers the arm getting cut off earlier. She's like strangely submissive and like just no, I'm just cool to hang out, bro. It's fine. Do
We
whatever.
won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with.
It is weird.
Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
It is weird, yeah. Yeah, and I appreciate that, Crescent, because I'm sure you've probably seen it where sometimes, of course, we all know the term backseating. Sometimes the backseating is like very heavy-handed. It's like, oh, let's calm down.
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
Usually my approach is to say like, yeah, usually I request minimal backseating unless there's something that I really should know about. Because sometimes, not really a problem in this game, but sometimes it's like, oh fuck, if you don't talk to that one guy before you go on this quest, it's a broken bridge and you're gonna miss out on a lot of cool stuff. Alex, please go back and talk to that person. Like sometimes that does happen. And sometimes, like we've all seen it where there's a streamer or a YouTuber, what have you, and they're playing something and they're getting frustrated and they're losing their cool and they're like, fuck man, I can't get past this boss or this puzzle, and there's like a thing they've forgotten about, like, oh shit, they don't know about this, or they forgot about this mechanic, or they forgot to check that page in their inventory to see the thing they missed, and the chat is getting frustrated, the streamer is getting maddened and irritated, and like everyone's becoming unhappy. It's like this would all be resolved if this one nugget of information could be dispensed. In cases like that, it's like, no, that's fine, please. I don't want to make it like a frustrating experience. I want it to be a positive thing, obviously. So like, we've all seen where that can go off the rails, because I've seen that where someone would say, no backseating ever, no matter what, ever, and I think that's like too heavy-handed.
No, you're right. It's extremely
So it's some kind of
bizarre
middle ground
behavior and
usually.
further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
So narrator says, leave her no quarter. Yeah, sit back, yeah. Lots of yeah, for sure, Contemplar, yeah. I mean, it hasn't been a problem so far, but yeah, we're trying to keep an eye on things. I'm gonna hold off on mentioning any notion of the world ending, because that has kept things, I mean, I wouldn't say peaceful, but it has kept things from getting chaotic like it did last time. Meerkat says, what about a different kind of frustration that I'm feeling?
No, I can't let you do that. If you take
Oh,
another
shit.
step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I mean, the dagger is not here, of course.
Would if you had a weapon.
Well, that's the thing, too. One thing I do kind of like in cases like this is that, yeah, if there's people that haven't played the game before, I am down for suggestions. I won't necessarily take them, but I'm down for suggestions or, like, explanations of, let's do this, and here's why. Like, I'm down to try them, but yeah, ideally only from people that have played it before. I'm sorry, that have not played it
Not
before.
on my watch, villain. My passions contain tight.
But smooch the lady, exactly, yeah.
Try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life.
Less likely to want a backseat. That's a sign of a good game. Sign of a well-made story being crafted here.
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Death by Snoo Snoo. Wouldn't that be her killing us?
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
And so far, no one's holding any weapons. No one is, so far, expressing any means to cause violence. Is this gonna be like I'm not gonna say a happy ending, but like a quiet ending-ish?
Can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
You're right, yeah, earlier she was a giant goddess who, yeah, could have squished our head between her thighs like a watermelon with zero hesitation. And that's kind of what happened. I mean, there were stabs, and then there was like a fucking deletion that occurred.
I told you, there's no life
She fucking
more worth
pulverized
living
us.
than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Still a little bit concerning. Death by Snoo Snoo is always an option. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it personally. Personally, I wouldn't recommend it. Listen, there's a time and a place for everything, and it's called college, okay? I remember those days. You know, the days of dying by getting fucking suffocated to death by a giantess. I know it's a fun time, but you know, I'm a married man now. You know, I'm a matured adult person. Scarlet Hollow's a good one too. Wait, it's like an episodic thing. Gotcha.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Ew, gross. Emotions. Affection.
You had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved.
That's awesome. So it's the same developer then, I'm guessing. I'm guessing it's the same developer. And yes, Meerkat, thank you, Meerkat. That's all I ask, bud. That's what friends are for.
For Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
They got a free... Oh, that's cool. That's cool, too. Yeah, I think I heard about that, like the Pristine Edition or something.
What do we do now?
Well, we leave, and then we have our whole lives... Well, let's talk about it first.
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism.
She would never say that, right? Probably.
Never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Dolph is like, I got something for you. It is unsettling, and that's why I don't fully trust her.
I mean, you sort of did last time, but this is different.
She's not wrong. I mean, we didn't necessarily want to kill.
Doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world?
Yeah.
You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
And the, like, sort of, like, innocent demeanor. I don't know, man. There's still something not adding up. It's still, like, not quite right.
I want to leave. And I think...
And then?
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
If she, like, opens them and they're blood red and she begins to, and, like, portals open up behind her with tentacles spewing forth and she starts speaking in tongues. Okay, then it means we done fucked up.
And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do? Okay.
No menace yet. No Lovecraftian nightmares yet. We got Void in the house. What's up, Void? This is a game you might also appreciate, Void. This is a trip. Must be something you... Yeah, I don't want to be the one to play that card. I don't want to be the one to open that can of worms. I want... If that subject comes up, I want her to be the one to say it first.
I just want to make you happy.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
She can't just want to make us
There's something going down here, man. She's harmless. Smiley face.
It makes sense to me. That's all I
Yeah,
want
you've seen
for
it before,
her,
Void,
so
yeah.
Of course she'd want the same for us.
So I knew nothing going in on what this game is going to entail, and I still don't know a lot, but we've been through one instance already, I'll say. We've been through one instance, and now this is like round 2 of instance 2, so to speak. Too bad for you, I'm into that shit. You're not wrong, Dolphgrim. Submissive and breedable? Look who's talking, Meerkat. That's the pot calling the kettle black if I ever did hear it. You can't base your entire happiness around me. I want you to make me unhappy? Oh no. Let's just get out of here now. Yeah, do we like encourage independence? It's your own thing. You just met me. Yeah. Like that's an enticing option. That's your entire, yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, unless you've played a fuck ton of this game, I mean, maybe not a fuck ton, but you've played a decent amount of this game, like Crescent and Contemplar have, then a lot of us, I think, are flying pretty blind here, beyond the minimal, like the one ending we've gotten so far, that is. I want you to make me unhappy. Let's do, like, I kind of want to do this one. This one's, like, a little bit more direct. This one is kind of like off-putting a little bit. Yeah. Tell me what you want.
I just want to make you happy.
Is she broken?
Oh, you see that?
What's going on?
See how the light kind of narrowed a little bit?
What's going on? Is
Are her eyes getting bigger?
Only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
And is her face narrowing? Having more like of an angular, less rounded shape? Let's keep at this. No, let's go for this one.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
She's losing detail. She's like withering away.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right. I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
Should we keep at this? Yeah, she's like being erased. Like details are falling away. Do we keep at this line, or do we just say let's get the fuck out of Dodge? I want to see how deep this rabbit hole goes.
I just want to make you happy.
Oh gosh.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now?
I got an achievement, and they lived happily ever after. And the title, the text said, "It's all she ever wanted." Oh. The hands already. Kind of surprised the hands already came out. It's time for you to leave. So this is, I guess, implying that that's another ending, more or less, has been reached.
No. She was our perfect match. She's gone. Where did she go? And is that a mirror? Why is it here?
We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like, looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
The hands, though, that's right. This game's got hands, and they will throw themselves.
I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
It's not the end. Whatever on the other side is going to be nice. Maybe. Say it's going to be okay. Actually, well, we won't see him on the other side. That we're, of course, referring to the voice, specifically. Once you peel back the layers, right, yeah, you're exactly right, Crescent. That's kind of, I think that was kind of the theme that they were going for here. I'll just say, it's gonna be cool, it's fine.
If you say so, we'll trust you.
Just think of the rabbits, George. Just think of the rabbits. We're gonna see the rabbits, George, I promise.
I just know it.
Just close your eyes and think about the rabbits, George. Ignore the sound of me cocking the gun. You approach the mirror. No option to destroy the mirror right from the get-go, at least. The voices are gone, of course. The mirror made them leave. An achievement called the Bloat, and it says, "You've grown." And sure enough, it's like a little bit more detailed than last time. Pretty similar, though. Back in the long quiet. Is she waiting for us? She is. Or some form of her. Grasped by the hands.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
And go back in for round 3. How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
So we're continuing to kind of construct towards this entity that is built out of constituent parts, constituent memories. Can you give me any straight answers, please?
Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
Can't take her seriously. No, I can't say I blame you, Crescent Feather. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of just nebulous, non-committal answers given.
Meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
The vessels that you choose to carry, that you choose to bring me, carry far more meaning, she says. Does it feel to change like this?
Close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
And yes, also, yeah, she's like the really goofy, like hand-drawn doodle.
It feels correct. This is what I need to be.
She's even got the squiggles.
This is the only path forward.
Squiggles like on her waist, on her arms, just beep, 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 just little curly cues. What do you want to do once this is all over?
Gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
You could, of course, threaten violence or even promise violence. We can't do the same things that we've done before.
Those paths lead to worlds you've already
an attempt
seen,
ends.
and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now. Inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Yeah, the more amateur the art style became, yeah, she turns into Doodle Bob slowly over time. You've been kinder to me more than anyone else I've ever met. Oh, we can ask why, or we can thank her. It's a lot of like questions we can ask. I'm not sure how worthwhile they are. We could try to attack the entity. We could destroy our own body. I suspect this answer will be the same as it was last time. You have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Well, that's reassuring. You're right, Crescent Feather, yeah. I think that's a very succinct description of kind of what's happening here. Do we thank her or ask why? Let's ask why.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Okay. Simple enough, I suppose. What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers.
Okay.
And every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Okay, fair.
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see.
Okay, yeah.
I cannot not know the
Not
ways
terribly
I wish to
surprising,
go,
then.
For I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more, and you are something more than that.
And of course the narrator still
But they are only
nowhere to be
thoughts
found in the
and
long
perspectives.
quiet.
They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Okay. I'll just say I'm ready to go back. I'm not going to try into these options yet, but I am curious.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
All right. Nice and simple. Chapter 1, once again. An idealized vessel. Bring the deconstructed damsel to her.
You're on a
What's the name of that achievement?
You're here to...
And skip previously. Yep. So, let's see if there's anything new here. Probably not. We were joking about this last time. What about what if I just leave? Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just
We
going
didn't
to
really see what this was
turn
going to
around
lead
and
to
leave?
last time. I'm curious
Do you
now.
even know where you're going?
Let's see how far we can chase this thread. Okay, the cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. I'm pretty okay with the world ending. Coming of a new dawn beyond our own. You gotta just go. Just gonna roll with it. Yeah. Let's say this one.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down
Crescent
the
says,
path
"Oh boy."
from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
See what
Ignore
happens.
that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
It's a path. Crescent says, "All right, Alex. Good luck, bro."
That's strange.
Huh.
It looks like this path also...
All roads lead to the cabin.
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
God damn it, narrator. Turn around and leave again.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't
You're
you?
damn right I am.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Okay, he says dead. Surely he doesn't mean dead. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing
Stakes
this.
and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
And?
You turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Right. And?
Oh, would you look at that? You're
Hey!
at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology.
So,
but I have to say,
not a huge
seems like
surprise
the
there.
universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your
With this
fatal
kid,
confrontation.
The game
with
was
the
rigged from the
princess.
start. Should I try a third time? I'll try
There's
one more
always a
time.
choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Ooh.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your
Oh.
those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Now that is something new, all right.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Our mind fucking caving in
What's going on?
from all the cabin
You're
options.
stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Coherence. I don't think I know that one, actually.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Yay! Did we win? But there is a chapter 2.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Terrible sense of deja vu. So did she actually end the world last time? I'm wise to your tricks. Or I'm definitely going to slay the princess. Stay in the woods forever. Oh my god. Yeah. Those walls weren't here last time.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking.
Oh boy.
He's like a captive audience.
We got a contrarian in the audience, oh boy.
Everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
One of these.
By ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever?
Oh yeah.
I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
Another main character has entered the chat.
It really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
So yeah, can we talk about... Oh, I guess we can't. I was gonna say, I wanted to talk about, like... There was a bunch of options I wanted to consider. Stay in the woods forever. Do we continue... So this is where my curiosity might get the better of me. I want to stay in the woods forever, but my curiosity of having never even encountered the princess, like my curiosity is fucking infinite right now of what the princess is like. Given that we never even encountered her the first time. I'm definitely going to slay that princess. I'm curious to see what this will say.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously.
It's very silly.
I am begging you. A warning before you go any further.
The warning's probably the same, but the wall...
She will lie.
Encases us.
She will cheat. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
We're a bad liar. I mean, yeah.
Ignore him.
Fair.
He's just being difficult for the
And
sake
also
of it.
true to life.
Let's keep an open mind.
Proceed to the cabin. What's she gonna be like now? Oh, reality is fucked.
A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all connected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
All right, we need to inspect this cabin for impossible angles. I mean, we're already seeing some impossible angles. Our Lovecraft cosmic horror senses are fucking going off the readers here, going off the charts.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Pristine blade.
The blade is your implement. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
I mean, that would be a approach.
We're taking
yet another one.
Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect.
Literally.
And no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong.
Everything is pretty fucked up. Did we grab the knife last time and stab her? No. Actually, she never got stabbed last time. I mean, the very first time, yeah, there was some stabinations. But yeah, this time, or the previous kind of series of rounds, it was like, I mean, we died. There was that one time we got stabbed to death, and her arm did get severed the first time, but the second time it was actually pretty chill. But then it like kind of faded away. It was very strange.
To describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
I wonder how common it is for the basic line of questioning or just the basic path being followed here for new players, if a lot of people have taken the paths I've taken so far, reaching the wrath, reaching the damsel, and now reaching this cosmic horror. Like, some people, I'm sure, go right for the kill at the start. Some people go right for freeing her right from the start.
Lose ourselves. Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
I'm curious about losing ourselves, though.
Ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
It's a little stressful.
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
Fury is a fairly less common first route. It was an interesting one.
Yes.
And it was an entertaining one.
I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good.
Hold together.
Whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
No pressure, of course. I will take the blade this time.
You take the blade from the table. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom.
And our
much
teeth.
Cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
I'll go the other way. Sure, let's listen to the contrarian.
You switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations.
And I think the cursor has changed to accommodate that, or to reflect that, which is kind of cool. Strangers more kind. That surprises me. The idea of somebody sitting out the cabin right from the get-go. That's surprising to me, but funny though.
Isn't this so much better?
Also, I guess what you could probably do is go into Steam and check like the most commonly achieved achievements, and that'll give you a decent summary at least. Maybe not so much like the first order of things, but just generally what people have been more likely to have stumbled upon.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better.
Stamp.
It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Can we throw the blade out the window? Which would be quite different from the first time through where the blade managed to come back. That would be kind of funny. Let's still check out the mirror though.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
Still the same.
Forward and rub your hand, but there was a mirror a second, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
I'll take it with us. It's tempting though to throw it out the window because that, you know what, Contrarian's right. That's what the Contrarian kind of wanted us to do. Maybe not wanted, but he suggested it. That would be very Contrarian of us. I kind of want to lean into whatever's going on with this cosmic horror. So I think I'll take it with me. I'll take it with me.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases.
We're in a motherfucking MC Escher painting now.
Materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, The kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
I love this kind of shit, yeah. Yeah, labyrinthian kind of shit. I love this kind of thing, this kind of aesthetic.
Here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
And that line is almost exactly the same every single time. Yeah, watch out for David Bowie, the Goblin King himself.
A disquieting collage of tone and personality drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
Maybe?
No, thank you.
Do you think she's gonna be a fucking Lovecraftian cosmic horror nightmare with like a bunch of tentacles and eyes and mouths?
Don't be such a baby.
Who knows what to expect, man? Who knows?
Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
I mean, he's probably not wrong.
We already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
What do we know, Contrarian?
And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
The narrator, yes. Harsh stairs to the left, center staircase, or soft stairs to the right? We'll go right in the middle.
You step onto the center staircase.
Honestly, Void, that's a valid life goal.
Around you in all directions.
Get all that gobblosy.
Branching into
Honestly,
its own staircases,
relatable.
Which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere.
Extremely relatable, Void.
Concentrate on where you are. Careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another.
Mm-hmm.
1 foot down, another foot down.
We did pick the middle.
That.
For better or for worse.
You lose yourself in following the correct pattern.
I'm a lifelong fence sitter.
What looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
Probably. Huh.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Strangely meta.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
I guess we found her. Maybe it was early concept. You know what? That would actually be pretty impressive if that's what that was. All the voices are voiced by one dude. I'm assuming like the dude voices are voiced by one dude.
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
I don't have an answer how we got here.
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Devilish ways.
Princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
Valid.
You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember.
Yeah, those voices. Yeah, that makes sense, Crescent.
Still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I think. I mean, everything's been a little bit fucked up. Getting down here was weird. Do you know what happened to me? I didn't realize I was here.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face.
She looks fairly normal.
She's so blank. I have no idea who she is. Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart. If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
I'm tired of waiting for an answer.
Okay.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures, and where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
So it's like she sneezed and like a piece of her splintered off, and that was another one.
Do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put
It's
her back?
begun.
You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
Well, actually, no, we have not been here before in this instance, at least. This is our first time we actually made it to the princess.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritated.
Crescent says it has begun, my friends.
Seems to
Yeah,
me like
she
you
starts
saw
out
something
fairly
you weren't supposed
apathetic.
to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever
Too late.
thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them.
Too late.
If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
I am inclined to do that. Why is there more of you now? Now that's interesting. Is this a bug? To try and free her and to leave her in the basement and to slay her is all a selectable option. I bet it's not an option. I bet that's not a bug. Maybe the implication is there's going to be a third one, and this is us attempting all three of those options simultaneously. I want to see if she's aware of this.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago. Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do, all chained up like this.
Slightly
but
different voice.
I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going.
Oh, yes.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start?
Where would you start?
By stabbing her.
Yeah, but which one, bro?
Her. Any of them. I don't know about you, but I'm sure glad we took that knife with us. I can't believe someone suggested we toss it out the window. Can you imagine?
I considered it. I really did.
We're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
We could ask her name. We could implore why she's here. We could say that we were sent to kill you. I'm again curious to see how far this rabbit hole goes. Maybe we'll get different answers. Asking her name.
Princess. You can call me Princess if you'd like. You can address me as Your Royal Highness or Her Majesty.
Interesting.
Any honorific should do, really.
So the implication here is then that this was the first kind of variant of the princess we saw. Confident and bold and like pretty fearless and also with an air of menace. This was like the nice and sweet and like domicile one. This one is some blank one in the middle.
None of them have names.
And we did not get a fourth one.
How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
Let's see if she'll what we'll get out of this option.
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably
There we
stuck down
go.
here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
So that might be a preview then of a fifth or a fourth flavor.
Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
Honestly, lady, I wish I had an answer. Go for this one.
Is this a quiz? You're the one who came down here and with a sharp, sharp knife, too. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it.
We haven't seen that start with the princess yet.
Don't be
Oh, here we
coy.
go.
You both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Okay, well, there's that one too. I mean, there's definitely an overlap between these two, and arguably an overlap between these two as well.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up.
So I wonder if this is like maybe this is the expected path you're supposed to take after you've already encountered all 5 variants, or I guess the other 4 maybe.
Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
I mean, I'm enjoying myself here, but the only option is to take some kind of action, whatever that action is going to be.
Wait, that's not right.
We take all of the actions.
You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but
With
it lands
3 hands.
different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, it's like, it's no wonder. I don't know if it's really that different necessarily in not experiencing all the options, but yeah, trying to maximize the number of princesses is the right call, and also would satisfy the horny crowd because, you know, 6 some. There you go.
You can feel
That's,
yourself.
somebody had that in their bingo card, right?
The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Understandably and unsurprisingly, we have been pulled into the cosmic horror and we're experiencing Lovecraftian madness.
All at once,
Not a big surprise there.
forward, knife gleaming to slay the princess just as you strike at her bindings and leave her to languish alone.
Just as we go to do all the things
Is this what the end of the world looks like?
simultaneously,
What an unbearable mess.
we have a key in this hand. It's like, I think the implication... Oh, wait, no, that's the hilt of the dagger. But we're, yeah, cutting the chain. There we go, yeah. Yeah, she's gonna fight us in this one. That's the one where, yeah, she like, fights back. I guess that's the one where we use the knife to try to break the chains. We don't know what that one is. We leave, we stare at her, and it all blurs together. Oh, yeah.
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all.
Oh, okay, so this time I do click to confirm
Falls
the
apart?
skipping. So... she's been killed, she has been freed, she has been left
I
alone.
think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit.
All 5 of them are here.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
Yeah, I would say so.
Surprisingly sincere.
And the narrator appears to not be here. He kind of faded away earlier.
I think our actions had consequences.
Is the implication here, I wonder, just wondering out loud, thinking out loud, if the narrator is like, if he's what he's trying to protect. He says like, oh, it's going to end the world. And whenever the world ends, he just goes away. Like he's very, very self-serving in that sense.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
And just kind of pondering, pontificating, if you will.
Please.
I'll do my best. So yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what comes of that. Got an achievement, the illusion of choice. When everything is possible, nothing is the name of the achievement. I can fix her, yeah. It wasn't so much an I can fix her, it was I'll try to fix her.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Yeah.
We've seen this. We've heard that one before.
Don't like that.
Contrarian doesn't like it either. This time we'll say this one. We'll say this.
Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you. You're not messing with us, right?
We approach the mirror. How are we doing this time? This is run number 3. Are we looking any different this time? Last time we had started to grow. This time it was the decay. You've withered. Indeed we have, and the arm looks about the same, but yes, there's a gloop that drips off of us. Now into the long quiet. How's the cabin look? Probably pretty fucked up, right? Actually, no. I mean, the world isn't like a non-Euclidean nightmare this time. But the girl, the princess, is an amalgamation.
Of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
How can you stand to be a contradiction? So again, a lot of dialogue things to attempt, and I suspect a lot of them will yield non-committal answers. I'll try a few of them though.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Does it feel being a contradiction? Isn't it weird?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
They take a lot. They do. They do. It's always like vague, and not necessarily revealing anything, but yeah, it's contemplative. Does any of this change you, or does any of it make it worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Seems so distant as soon as I'm near you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be, but that doesn't make any of them less special.
What do you think of the vessel, by the way?
These ones
pretty weird,
are
right?
A contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths unwalked. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Okay. What happens to the worlds we leave behind?
Perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen.
Not terribly surprising.
The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Perhaps. Have you figured out what you'll want when we've finished here?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Okay. You care what I bring you next? Probably not.
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Okay. How many more vessels do you need?
We will know when we near our destination.
Of course. Alright, so I'm a little bit more curious about these other two options. What if we attack this entity? Or if we attempt to destroy our own body? Because we know what happens with this one. Eventually we'll get a finite answer. Yeah, I'm assuming there's like, I don't know if it's 5. I mean, right now that's the answer we're kind of seeing. Is 5. But yeah, hard to say. Hard to say. I am gonna see what happens with this one. So we try to cut across the entity, but nothing happens.
Burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are
Not
now.
terribly surprising. What about this? But nothing happens.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Not terribly surprising. What if we say... What if we don't want to go back?
If you need time, then I will wait with you.
What if we continue to wait forever? I'm a little bit hesitant. You want to know if that's right? I bet there's probably more than 5, but right now that's my like vanilla assumption. It's like, you know how like at the start of like a Zelda game, they'll be like, yeah, there's 4 dungeons. There's definitely not like a secret thing after that, right? Nah, of course not. Just 4 dungeons, bro, that's it. Then you do the 4 dungeons, and then they're like, actually, there's another thing. So anyway, so we'll see. Continue to wait forever. Let's see what happens.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping?
Yes, that's my assumption.
If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Oh, the game closed. Interesting. Interesting way for that thread to resolve. So yeah, waiting forever is for the game to close. Interesting way for that thread to resolve, but not an inappropriate one. That's actually a fairly valid way for that conversation to end for the time being. Yeah. I don't think it was a crash. I think the game just closed. It was just, exit 1. So yeah, so that was interesting. That was very interesting. Unfortunately, it is late, so we are gonna have to end the gameplay portion of tonight's stream, but that was very fun. Shoutouts to Woovit, who was able to hook us up with a review key for this game. It was through Stride PR. Stride PR was the one who got us a review key for that game. It's a trip, and there's more. There's more to it. To be honest, I don't know if I want to stream more of it or if I want to play it on my own, but I definitely want to see more of what there is to come. And if nothing else, for those who want to play that game and would like to avoid like major spoilers, of course, we've seen now a sneak peek and some breadcrumbs, some breadcrumbs that might lead us to certain things, but there's still a lot of unanswered questions. So I have some theories. Obviously, Crescent. Yeah, I keep hiccuping. Crescent and Contemplar, and maybe a few other folks who have played this game already. They have a lot of answers, and this is an interesting one. I like it a lot. I don't really play a lot of visual novels or like these kinds of choose your own adventure kinds of games, and I enjoy them. I enjoy them a lot. I realize from a streaming and like a viewability perspective, it might be tricky. Because for people who know the game, it might be kind of like, I don't know if like seeing my reactions are really that interesting necessarily. And for people who don't know the game, they usually don't want to watch somebody play it like this because they don't want to be spoiled for themselves. So I don't know if this is something that I'll necessarily do a whole lot, but it was something fun to try out, and I'm glad I tried it out because I was I kind of had picked up over some time that the game is a pretty special one, and it is. So it was cool to experience it. So the gameplay portion of tonight's stream is done for the night. We will stream again tomorrow. However, the stream isn't ending just yet because we have some giveaways to do, and this is a pretty big one, honestly, because every once in a blue moon, as we do these dare drop challenges. Now, tonight was not a dare drop game. I got a review key of this game through other means, but a lot of the games we play on stream, we get through. I am able to play through getting like a review key through a site called Dare Drop. And with Dare Drop, in addition to getting a review key for the game, you also can sign up for additional challenges called Dares. And by completing those challenges, you can unlock extra Steam keys to give away to viewers. We're going to be giving away a bunch of Steam keys tonight. So we're going to be, also Shayna's here to help us celebrate. Hello, Shayna. So for anybody who wants to join in on the giveaway, or if you are just curious and you want to kind of see more information about it, we're going to be doing the giveaways through my Discord server. We have some giveaway channels set up in the Discord server. We have three giveaway channels set up specifically. And we're going to basically, I'm going to accumulate a list of names from people in these lists, and I'm just going to roll some giveaways through a random, random name generator, or not random name generator, random name selector. Random name picker. I use this one, gigacalculator.com. And also, I'm trying to juggle Shayna, who is on my lap right now, who is very happy to be here and wants to rub her face all over my hands and arms, which makes my skin very itchy because I'm very allergic to cats. But, yeah, just want to pop in and see reactions. Yeah, which I appreciate that, Crescent Feather. I appreciate you popping in. Yeah, seeing the reactions is fresh. So that's good to know. That, yeah, some folks really do enjoy seeing those kinds of reactions. And I appreciate that. It's very nice of you, and I appreciate you popping in. And again, I appreciate your consideration and willingness not to like backseat and to be very, very respective of my experience. So I really appreciate that, but very kind of you. But like I said, we're going to be doing some giveaways now, my friends. So I'm going to save the big one for last. We're going to have 2 Steam keys for a really cool indie game called Earl vs. the Mutants. 9 Steam keys for a game called Kaku Ancient Seal, which we played a bunch last week. Really, really cool, kind of PS2 adventure game influenced kind of game. Reminiscent vaguely of Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter and maybe a bit of Crash Bandicoot mixed in. Those kinds of games, like adventure, sort of collectathon, kind of action platformer. But Kaku, very cool game, and has a nice open world kind of flair to it as well. So we'll have 9 Steam keys for that game to give away. That's going to be a big one. And then the biggest one, though, is we have some Steam gift cards to give away. So we'll have 1 $5 gift card and then 2 $10 gift cards. So a total of $25 worth of Steam Wallet gift cards to give away. But the Steam gift card one is kind of weird. All the other things that I have when it comes to the Steam keys, I have on hand. I'll be able to gift those out immediately. But for the Steam gift cards, I don't have them on hand. That's going to actually be handled by the Dare Drop admins. So whoever wins the Steam gift card giveaways, I will send them some information, and then the Dare Drop admins will reach out to those individuals, and they'll handle gifting things out from there. So just know that if you're okay with that, for those who have entered into the Steam gift card giveaway, you'll have to submit to the fact that some other people will be reaching out to you to give you the goods. And also, there's a lot of people that have entered into all of these giveaways, but especially the Steam gift card giveaway. So we'll save that one for last. First up is the Earl versus the Mutants giveaway. Again, we'll have 2 Steam keys for this one. So do this one first. So give me 1 sec as I kind of go through the list of names here and add them to this name picker that I'm putting together. And if there's anybody watching that wants to enter, it's not too late. You can still enter into any or even all of these giveaways if you so chose. All you have to do is go into the Discord server and post a message into the giveaway channels, any of them, because that's all it is. You post a message and that enters you into the giveaway channel relative to what we're giving away. So if you post a message into the Earl vs. the Mutants giveaway channel, you're entered into that raffle. If you post a message into the Kaku Ancient Seal giveaway channel, then you're entered into that raffle. 1 message in the Steam gift card. It's just 1 message is all you need, and it's 1 raffle ticket per person maximum. So nice and simple. Nice and simple. So like I said, doing Earl vs. the Mutants first. If there's anybody who's trying to join the Discord server and you're getting held up by verification steps, because there are some verification steps I ask people to go through, just let me know. Just post in chat saying, Alex, hold up. I'm trying, let me know. Like I'm getting stuck by the verification. I'm waiting for the email. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for that. And it's like taking a second. So let me know if you're trying to squeeze yourself into the last minute here. But we are almost ready here for the Earl versus the Mutants giveaways. Again, we have 2 Steam keys for this one, and we have a pretty decent number of folks who've entered. Not a crazy number though. So, you know, odds are fairly all right. And again, really fun indie game. We played that one last weekend, and I enjoyed it. We actually played the demo for it a few months ago. And well, no, I think it was actually late last year, and that was fun then as well. Elfgrim says stop, but then it's just more hammer time. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll the giveaway then for Earl versus the Mutants. First and foremost, I'm gonna lock this channel, Earl versus the Mutants channel, that is, or lock the post rather. It has been locked. Earl versus the Mutants roll begins. 2 names, and it's gonna be Dark Jin and Aleph. So I'm gonna make a note for that, so I can reach out to them after the fact. So Dark Jin and Aleph, making the note here. Making note here, huge success. I think Dark Jin's screen name on Twitch is Prince of Dark, or Prince of Darkness. And then Aleph is, of course, Aleph. He hangs out here on a fairly regular basis. He's a regular in the community, and he just got his he posted in the Discord server earlier today. He got approved for his apartment, for his brand new apartment, which is very exciting. So I'm proud of him for that. He's gonna get a Steam key, as will Dark Jin, and that was all fine and dandy. Kaku Ancient Seal is up next, and hold on, let me count the number of people, because again we have 9 Steam keys to give away here. Okay, so we actually have we actually have a decent number of folks here. Yeah, we have a decent number of folks here. So I will still roll it, because we do have, I think we have, what was it, 11? Is that the names? Is that the number name I saw? 2, 3. Yeah, so there's 11 names in here. So I will still roll this one. So there are some folks that will be excluded. So give me 1 second while I grab this one. So same kind of thing though. If you would like to enter into the Kaku Ancient Seal giveaways, there's still time. And again, I really enjoyed that game. It's a very good game. It just came out like 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's still very new, and it runs really well. It's a very beautiful, I think, very visually pleasant game. The open world aspect I really enjoy, and again, I like that it's reminiscent to like kind of GameCube, PS2 era action platformers, kind of in that time where there was a lot of those kinds of games being made. Yeah, the big ones are, yeah, Spyro, Jak and Daxter, like those kinds of adventure platformers with more of a focus on combat, less kind of flowery and maybe not even cozy, but less focus on like platforming. I mean, there's still some platforming, but less focus on exploring and a little bit more focus on adventure and combat and open worldiness. So yeah, less Mario, I would say, like less Mario, but more like, you know, trying to appeal to the slightly like more mature crowd at the time, slightly more mature crowd. But anyway, it's like I got the names assembled here, assembled. So here we go. I think here, let me grab this. Crap, hold on, crap. I need to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Hold on, let me grab this. Okay, cool. So that one's there. I think we're good there. I also want to make sure that, because there's a few people that are new in here, and sometimes people have their DMs disabled, so it's like I want to make sure that everyone's got what they need. But I think we're all set. So yeah, it's like this. There's nobody to be disqualified or anything. So everyone's is up for consideration. Okay, so I'm gonna roll the names. I think should do it right. Sure, I've got that person. Okay. All right, so let's copy and paste this. All right, so the list of names for the Kaku Ancient Seal giveaway are as follows. We got Oscar, who is the Cookie Slayer. We got Oscar. We got... Oh, crap, hold on. What's this person's name? It's usually easier to go by screen names. Yeah, so we got Oscar, we got Dunzeldorf. We got Silverant, Halo, Optimus Prime, Sealing Expert, Aleph, Crayon, Brooks, and Dark Jin. So hold on, let me count this. So, let me go back from the bottom here. So we got Oscar, Dunzeldorf, Silverant, Halo, Optimus Prime, Sealing Expert, Aleph, Crayon, and Brooks. Yeah. Oh shit, I did include. Oh, okay, no, that's why. It's because I did include that name. Okay. So yeah, we'll just say those. We'll just say those four. Because yeah, actually, I did have Darkshin at the end of the list, but yeah, since his is one at the bottom, I'll exclude his. Okay, so I'll reach out to those individuals. Go ahead and lock this post. Okay, so we're set there. So GG's to the winners. Yeah, again, that was Dunzeldorf, Oscar. I'm kind of reading from the bottom here. Dunzeldorf, Oscar, Silverant, Halo, Optimus Prime, Stealing Expert, Aleph, Crayon, and Brooks. Those are the 9 winners. So a lot of winners for that one. But again, only 11 people. Oh, there were 11 people entered, and there were 9 keys. So like the chances were pretty good you were going to come away with something for that. All right, and then last but not least is the big one. This is the Steam gift card giveaways. What's up, Luna Waffles? Yeah, we were playing Slay the Princess, although we actually just finished up with it for now, at least. And now we're resolving some giveaways for the evening. And we're actually going to be doing some Steam key giveaways. Or I'm sorry, Steam gift card giveaways. Now, again, the difference with this giveaway is that I don't actually have the Steam gift cards on hand or the keys for them on hand. This giveaway is going to be slightly different. The way this is going to work is if your name is drawn, I will reach out to you and I will like give you some information. You'll give some information back to me, and then I'll send that to the Daredrop admins, and then they will reach out to you, probably via Discord or maybe even via Steam invite. They might like message you via Steam, and they'll handle giving you the Steam gift card from there. So just note that if you win this giveaway, it's not going to be quite as simple as previous giveaways. There's like a few extra steps, and if you're not comfortable with that, let me know, or you can post in the giveaway channel in the Discord server. We can figure it out, obviously, but I recognize that there's more steps, and I don't know, some people, I think some people are weird about like their Steam information being like you know, adding people they don't know, that kind of thing. I get it, but it's for a Steam gift card, so I mean, you know, we can't be too picky, right? So anyways, let me just go ahead and grab the list of names here. So again, this is all through my Discord server, and if anybody is listening in, they want a chance at any of these Steam gift cards, again, we're going to have 1 $5 gift card and then 2 $10 gift cards. I'm going to roll it's going to be one name for all those, for each individual gift card. So one person can't win all 3, maximum one person, I'm sorry, one person can only win 1 gift card at most. And there's a lot of names in this one. So, you know, we only have a few to give away, only a few to go around, but, not as many as some of the other ones. Some of the other giveaways we've done, we've had a lot of people. Like, I think for the Dark Tide giveaways, we had like 20 plus people. It was pretty crazy. We had a lot of keys for that one too. We had like 5, I think, like 5 Steam keys or 6, something crazy. So anyway, assembling a list of names. And if there's anybody that wants to join in the giveaway, all you got to do is join the Discord server and go into our giveaway channels and post a message into the Steam gift card giveaway channel. Because that's how you enter. You just post a message, and that's it. There's no extra bullshit, no fuckery, it's not like subscriber only or anything like that. There's no like requirements for anything beyond just making a post. You don't have to like follow me on Twitter or like retweet a message or anything. Just join the Discord server, post in that one channel, and you're good to go. Again, there's some verification steps people have to go through. I think there's like a confirmation email, couple little things. Almost got everybody. Again, this is a fairly long list of names, but it's also not terribly surprising given that Steam gift card. I mean, that's a pretty universal thing, obviously. I think I got everybody. Let me do a quick scroll through to make sure I didn't miss out on anybody. Make sure I'm getting all the names if possible. I think we're doing pretty good. This person, a couple new folks in here as well, which is not a bad thing. And some new blood in these giveaways. I think that's everything, though. Looking at the list of names. Again, I'm going to be drawing 3 names. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to go in ascending order. So the first name will be the $5 gift card. Second name will be one of the $10 gift cards. And the third name will be the other $10 gift card. The original plan is we were originally going to try to get a 4th gift card that was going to be of $20 value. But unfortunately, the Daredrop admins ran out of the $20 ones. I can promise you I'm not keeping it for myself. I can assure you. I guess you just have my word, unfortunately. But yeah, the hope is that we were going to actually have more, but actually, no, I can show you because on the Daredrop page, it even says it's out of stock. So unfortunately, that was just how that went. But anyway, 3 names on the list. I'm going to go and lock the channel down now. It's the last giveaway for the night, although we will likely have some next week. We probably won't have any Steam gift cards next week, unfortunately, but we'll at least have some other Steam gift card, Steam keys to give away next week. So there'll be more stuff or stuff where that came from. All right, rolling the list of names now. I'm just using the auto picker to grab the first, or not the first, but grab 3 names from the list. So the winner of the $5 gift card is Stealing Expert. That's Joseph, who hangs out from time to time. We see him on a fairly regular basis. And then the winner of one of the $10 gift cards is our friend Puzzle. Puzzle, who's been on for a long time. Now, of course, I'm impartial. You know, I don't pick favorites, obviously, but I will say it is kind of nice when someone who's been around for a really long time wins something like this. So congrats to Puzzle. And then the last one for the other $10 gift card is AutoExec, another person who's been around for a decent bit at least. So there we go. So Stealing Expert gets a $5, Puzzle gets a $10, and AutoExec gets the other $10. Congrats to the winners. There's a pretty good chance that if you put your name into the giveaways, into any of the giveaways, you probably came away with something tonight. So congratulations to everybody who entered and won. To those who might be a little sad they didn't win what they wanted, or maybe won something, but, you know, wasn't the best. Like I said, there'll be more giveaways next week, almost assuredly, on Friday. So, because Friday nights are usually when I do these giveaways. So, so for the people that won Steam keys, keep an eye on your Discord DMs. I'll be sliding into your DMs shortly. And for those that won the Steam gift card giveaways, I'll be reaching out to you for to get a couple of bits of information from you, and then I'll send that to the Daredrop admins, and then probably in like a week or so, they'll reach out to you either through Discord or through Steam. I suspect probably through Steam, actually. So if you have won a gift card and you're not comfortable with like the Daredrop folks knowing your Steam information for whatever reason, again, you know, privacy. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I don't think you have to make your profile public necessarily. I know some folks are not okay with that, but anyway, just know that there's some information. There will be like a handshake of sorts to exchange some stuff, but we'll get you squared away for sure. So thank you all friends for being here. Thank you again to those who joined in on the giveaways, and thank you to Cersei and to Woo for the raids. Super nice of them. A couple of really cool streamer friends. Really nice for you guys. So the plan for tomorrow is actually kind of an ad hoc thing. I was talking with Veritas, another streamer friend. I think we might be able to do an early stream tomorrow, earlier than I've been starting as of late. I think we're gonna be able to start the stream a little bit earlier tomorrow, and I think we're gonna be able to do Atlas Fallen for a bit. I think we'll be able to play the new Atlas Fallen update. I was kind of unsure if I wanted to play it at first because we already beat that game when it first came out with that one Daredrop campaign. Had a nice time with it, but it's like, I've already been there, seen it, been there, done that. But a lot of folks are saying it's a lot better now, and the co-op stuff seems like it's enhanced. So it's like, I don't have much interest in playing it solo, but playing it co-op with a homie sounds nice. And Veritas, I know, expressed interest in playing it, so I think doing some co-op action with him sounds nice. So we'll do that for part of the night tomorrow, and then we'll do Corpse Keeper on the second part of the evening tomorrow. And if we don't get to Corpse Keeper, then we'll definitely play it Sunday and then probably Monday of next week. We'll still do like maybe 2 days of Corpse Keeper between this weekend and maybe early next week. So that is still kind of set as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, so yeah, so we're going to be doing the Atlas Fallen update. Check out the new content for that one, because apparently the new patch, the new free update, it's basically like an expansion that adds a fuck ton of stuff, which is exciting. So yes, that'll be good. That will be good. As far as raid targets go, by the way, man, it's pretty late on a Friday, and yet there's a lot of people live right now. Purple Manurtle is, I think we've raided them once before, but I think it's only been once. I'm tempted to raid them.
First class.
But I'll tell you this much. I'll tell you one person that's raided us a bunch that I've yet to raid into. I don't think I've raided into her, is Miscalini. Miscalini's raided us a bunch, and I don't think I've had the chance to return the favor to her. She's playing a game that we got to try out once, and I'd like to go back for at some point. The Thaumaturge, also a really cool game that has gotten a lot of updates since we first played it. We played it like right at launch, and it was a little bit buggy, but had a lot of promise and was generally fun and interesting and weird. So it's like the storytelling is fascinating and the world building is bizarre, but like I'm compelled to play more of it. And it looks like she is just starting as well. Well, I say just starting. She's been live for 9 hours, but still we're going to raid into Miscalini. So we're going to raid her. She's raided us a bunch. She's been very good to us. She is a friend of George and CD and a bunch of our streamer friends. So we have a lot of mutuals, which is great. And yeah, really nice person, really like really upbeat and charming personality. She has a nice chill chat community. They've hung out with us after she's raided into us quite a bit. So yeah, we're gonna raid her. Checking out the Thaumaturge. Like I said, really cool game that I would like to go back to at some point. And that's all good stuff. Here's my socials page. As always, it has my Discord server. So if you want to join in on future giveaways, I recommend you join the Discord server. And if you're not already in the Discord server, make sure, what I would recommend is checking out the channels and roles section so you can select which notifications you would like to receive. For instance, if you want to know about future giveaways, we have a channel notification role that will notify you when a new giveaway is active. So that's a big one. If you missed out on the giveaways and you're like, oh shit, how do I know when the next ones are going to pop? That's a good way to do it. So join the Discord server, check out the roles. That's a good thing to do. We, of course, have social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We got all that shit. And then we also have YouTube. I have the main channel, which is a partnered YouTube channel. Not a huge deal. Obviously, it's not like a big accomplishment, but it's still nice. Nice feather in the cap. Main channel is for YouTube Shorts and for compilations and highlight reels, that kind of thing, as well as it's one of the things we multi-stream to. So we have the secondary stream archive channel, second separate channel that gets VODs uploaded that are lightly edited to kind of trim the fat from them. Intros, outros, that kind of thing. Nothing of huge substance, but we try to, or like anything that would have a copyrighted claim on it. So like YouTube video, audio that we watch together, that kind of stuff. Usually I trim those kinds of things out. Anyway, I've yammered. I've yammed and I've yammed. I've yammered and I've yammered. But this was a fun stream. Thank you again to Cersei and to Wu for the raids. Thank you to those who popped in, whether it be from following me already or from the directory for Slay the Princess. Like I said, it's a game I very much want to play again. I don't know if I'll stream it again per se. I might. I genuinely might. I'm kind of unsure, but this was a lot of fun though. And like I said, we're going to be checking out Atlas Fallen tomorrow with Veritas, one of our streamer friends. It'll be a co-op stream, which should be really fun. And if there's time at the end, we'll play some more Corpse Keeper, because that's a game that continues to wait in the wings for me. I'm continuing to look back on it, and I'm looking forward to playing more of it. And if we don't get a chance to play it tomorrow, we'll at least play it Sunday and then early next week as well. So it's like I'm committed to at least 2 streams of that game, because it was really fun. It's I gotta see more of it, man. I gotta experience more of it, man. I gotta see it. Anyway, thank you again, friends. I'll see you around. If there's any change to the schedule, I'll post in the weekly schedules channel. So if for some reason I'm unable to stream tomorrow, or if there's any major changes, the weekly schedules channel in the Discord server will have all information you could ever dream of. Everything. But anyway, thank you again, friends. I'll see you guys around. See you on the flip side. See you on the flippy dippy. Good night.
I'll snug us a carriage.
You'll have a hard time at this hour. I'll drop you off.
Thank you.
See?